Welcome back, everyone, to the Quick Hands Rugby League podcast, episode 82. This is the pod that tells it like it is. Boys, Artie, George, welcome back.
82, eh?
82.
We made it to 82.
82.
That's unbelievable.
Wow.
How are you guys?
Very good.
I'm fantastic.
Fantastic.
Mate, the streak continues.
Thanks to the doggies.
Mate.
Great by the dogs to keep us alive because we failed.
Always trust on the doggies. You always trust the doggies.
There you go.
Streak continues.
Streak continues.
Which is great.
So, as promised last week, guys, we have a special guest this week who's joining us. Her name's Tanya Abbey. So I'll just give you a bit of a background on her before we bring her in. Tanya's a recruitment expert. She's the CEO of Recruit Corp and also the CEO and founder of the candidate and career consulting platform placeme.com.au. She's a board member of the ALTRU, an Australian charity supporting the community in raising awareness and support for those experiencing homelessness. She volunteers her services as a small business mentor under the Queensland Government's Mentoring for Growth program and serves as a mentor for Headspace Australia. He's also an advisor to the board of the Southport Tigers Rugby League Club up on the Gold Coast. And I'm telling you guys, the only thing missing on this woman is a cape.
She's beautiful.
Oh, wow. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's welcome her in.
Wow. Look at it. Wow.
That is an impressive resume.
Oh,
there.
no
What the
way.
hell?
It didn't stop. It just kept on going.
Skip it.
And I'm
Hey,
struggling.
Hey guys, how you going?
Hello, how are you?
Tan, it's great to see you. This is George on my left,
Hey,
Hardy on my right.
Good, Tanya. How you going?
And
hey, good. I can't see Hardy. I might need to.
You can't see Artie. Is Artie in the picture?
Oh,
Ah.
sorry.
Yes.
Oh,
There he is.
you're
Going.
lean as well. and there
I'll
you
lean
go.
in a bit. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
How are you guys?
We're very good.
good, very good.
Outstanding.
Nice jersey you got there.
Oh, look, I was pretty happy when Nick said that I would be on the bigger screen because, I think it's fun.
There you go.
How's the night? How's the chat going so far?
Good. We just
Fantastic.
started.
We
We
just- yeah.
we brought you in straight away. So, maybe
Nice.
tell us a little bit about yourself, Tan, and your Broncos background.
Look, I don't know. I will preface that all my opinions are extremely biased towards being a Queenslander. Certainly not coming from a league playing. Oh, look, I was born in Mackay, so definitely Queenslander, but Dad was in the RAF, so we moved literally all around Australia. First jersey I wore though was in Canberra Raiders, so when Dad was based down there, but
What
definitely.
happened
I know.
Wait a second. There's a small piece of eels too. right?
Okay.
Yeah, there is. I had a soft spot for the Eels many years ago when my mates
We're
followed me.
talking.
So I've got a few favorite teams. But yeah, look, I was putting on a bit of Tina Turner before I got on here.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
to get myself
Oh,
ready.
yeah.
But no, Dad, the only time I got to spend time with him, he's a chef. So it was Friday nights and Sunday nights. It's when you're watching footy, right? So then you get this nice nostalgia when you're watching the games. So yeah, it'll come through all my Broncos and now Dolphins love.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, the Dolphins. How
And
about the Gold Coast?
Well, yeah, Gold Coast are good too. Look, I was saying to Nick, I think you guys need to probably mention more Queensland teams in your potty.
We're Gold Coast
yeah.
fans. We're
Yeah,
massive
like,
Gold
look,
Coast.
My son's a Gold
Cowboys.
fan.
Oh, who
Is it?
My son, yeah, he loves the Gold
Oh,
Coast.
yeah, no, they like it was a shame about Tino, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
This year.
It was.
I reckon that's why we lost Origin, and besides, a few other players not in.
Mm.
Origin's
Yeah.
been dropped. George is still on a high.
You can go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
On a
yeah.
massive high, and then on the weekend the doggies got another victory. So on a bigger high.
Honestly, I was saying to Nick last week, like I'm fair. Like I would say, even Broncos last year, they didn't deserve to win, And even last week they played poorly. There are a few bad calls, but I will say that the guys weren't really up to scratch. I'll be
Last
fair.
week.
Yeah.
Calls. Yeah.
But look, with Origin, like, there was a really sweet period. What was it? 2006, 2013?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
gosh.
Absolutely.
And I was looking just to make sure, George, because I
Mhm.
knew that, you're quite focused on it. But you said like you've never won more than 3 in a row. Not sure.
Really?
Not sure.
Yeah,
No.
look,
I didn't know that.
I'm not
Have we
sure
never
that
won more than
probably not. But
Mhm.
it's not the issue that I mean. Every time Queensland's won Origin, they've had two things: either an outstanding coach or an outstanding rugby league team. Maybe at the start. My issue is this with the Origin talk. This talk about we're Queenslanders. That could have been a fact in the 80s and maybe a little bit in the 90s, but right here and now, I don't buy it.
We disagree on that too. We'll argue about that all the time.
Last year.
Do you mean synergy of Queenslanders as a
Well,
team?
yeah, in terms of their mental preparation that
Well,
their Queens.
let's call a spade a spade. The
What's that?
maroon jersey means more to a Queenslander than the blue
Yeah.
jersey does.
So last year when Billy won the second one and beat Brad, I came on, and if you can go back and listen to it, that I said that was the reason. That when the minute they're born, they get told a lie. Queenslanders get no, it is. They get told a lie.
Yeah.
That they're being trodden on and you know what I mean.
Underdog.
The underdogs, this and that, and they believe it, and they carry it on to when they're in their senior rugby league. But that's got to come to an end at some stage because it's a lie, it's a fallacy. And I know one thing for sure. You can go back to all those teams that won, the Brisbane teams that won, or the Queensland teams that won, and I can guarantee you, when you look through their squad or their coach, they've had a better team than New South Wales or a better coach.
What about 1995?
Was that with the?
That was with all the rookies and Fatty in his first years.
Yeah, that was an
Yeah,
amazing
and I-
win
and I-
by the Queensland.
Yeah, and I believe that was for the jersey. Mind you, who was coaching New South Wales?
I don't know.
Tommy Raudonikis. So Tommy
Well, he had more experience than Fatty.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
No,
He did.
No.
So what's the point?
Yeah, no, he had more experience than Fatty, but who said that he can't bring out that Queensland thing more than anyone else?
Yeah.
Of course Fatty could. Of course Fatty could. And back then, I think that it lingered on. But right here and now, and we'll see what happens moving forward. Right here and now, I think we've got the players and the coach, which will change that narrative. And I start seeing, I love, let me tell you, Slater's.
You were quite fair in your summary on Origin when I listened to it not last week.
I thought it was an outstanding game, and really, honestly, if Tino was playing, I thought
Monster.
Monster
And
as well.
Munster, Carrigan, Tino.
Carrigan played. You know, the game. So we go back to Billy. Billy made some crucial errors, and why? When in the third game, when the game was in neutral, when they were going back and forward, I'll call it the washing machine, you needed one player to break the game open. Well, that player was sitting home watching television.
Yeah, like having
yeah.
Really?
and not for feeder.
One thing.
Yeah. It was
the first 20 minutes they're going back and forward.
Yeah.
That one player, all Fafita had to do was stand up and pop.
Yeah, I don't know.
One
mate.
thing you got to get used to, Tan, is
I
we
thought-
have nicknames for everyone here. And by the way, apologies if you think I'm looking at the moon, because I'm looking at you on the laptop, but I'm looking at you on the big screen
Okay.
as well. So I'm going up and down.
No,
Right?
no. No, yeah, look, I agree. And I would probably say the underdog thing's fair, given we have 4 Queensland teams now, and New South Wales has had, well, obviously, besides Warriors, the dominant amount of teams. Look, I reckon, like, love Kafusi, love his hair, what he's got going on. But
What is that?
you know, I think like Fafita should have been on, but it's hard this year. Like even the last 2 years, I was talking to Nick about it. There's so many injuries. The game's so much faster. There was some talks about whether they should move around Origin times, which I can't imagine when they would do it, because Broncos are so affected, right, during that period, and also other teams as well.
They've always been the most affected.
Well, yeah, but right this moment, this Bronco squad, the hierarchy have got it wrong. So, like, I believe that Kevy, he's not a good coach, nor he's a great human being, but Desi, Kevy's a finishing type of coach. Yeah, if you look through the squad and their ages and where they are in their rugby league life, They're
Mm.
more at the start than at the finish. So what they really need is a development coach. So Brad Arthur would be, let's say, for argument's sake, a perfect coach for him. And that he can raise them, and then they can win them a competition.
Yeah,
Now a thingy, Bob.
What happened to Parramatta then? He didn't.
that happened, right?
That's what I believe. That's what I believe.
Wait,
Wait a minute. One moment. You're going to tell me this current squad the Brisbane's got is equal to this Parramatta squad?
They were 5 minutes away from winning a grand final.
Yeah, they're a very young team. This Brisbane team
Broncos
as well. Don't forget.
Well, they got tested. Wait a minute. You know what I think about their character? They got tested and they failed. They got tested. It happened. It happened in front of us. But what happened?
That's your opinion. You're entitled.
That's my opinion.
Right.
They got tested. They got put on the burner.
Yeah.
And their character didn't come through because at that 15-minute period when they're 15 up, it's not about how good we are. It's about character. It's about kicking corners. We're getting together. They're immature. They're immature.
What are you saying? Kevy should go.
I think he's not the right coach for this current squad. I'm not saying that he's not a good coach, nor am I saying this Brisbane team is not a good team.
And even though they were in the grand final last year,
I think they've achieved.
I reckon though, there's too many stars in the Broncos. Do you know what I mean? There's too many kind of big fish in the kind of same pond. Like you've got Walshy, you've got Staggs, you've got Haas, you've got you've got all these massive, and then look, one of my favorite players, and I can go into why, but is the Sarko, right? He's like top point scorer this year so far, top point scorer last year. He was in Broncos. He was in the like top 4 or 5 in the previous years. But you move him into a team like that with a few other key players. But you got Walshy. I don't know if you guys remember last year, but Walshy had a bit of a chewed on him, then got corrected nicely. But you've just got too many big players in that team. There needs to be balance. So even who's going to Tigers? Not a fan of him. Luau. He's gonna go to Tigers, and I think they're talking about getting Brian Tuo as well to go to the Tigers too.
The CEO shot that down today, so I don't know.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, so I don't know if there's any truth to that or not.
I think they were talking about offering him a $4 million contract. Was it him or someone else? But I just reckon they have too many big players, and I feel like there's a lot of political stuff that goes on in the back end. Like I think before the third game, they were talking about how, who was it? One of the players, was it Cobbo, that was having a bit of a internal political thing with the coach. There was something there because these guys, they're treated like horses, right? Like that you go out and do your job, but they also have wives and families and things like that gets into their head. More so now, we've got Instagram and everything now, right? Yeah. The boys will read that, so it affects their mindset.
Yeah, it's a tough job.
So let me ask you, Tan. Gordon Tallis said last night that he thinks Reynolds should be stripped of the captaincy and it should be given to Carrigan. What are your thoughts about that? Because just before you answer that, 2 weeks ago Reynolds was a genius, and now all of a sudden he should be stripped. That's how this game operates. The criticism is just ridiculous. Anyway, I'm keen to get your thoughts.
Carrigan's good. I don't know if he has he's a bit hot-headed. That's why I like him, but he's a bit hot-headed.
I like it already.
Yeah, but Reynolds, he obviously is a blue, so, but he offers that maturity, right? He's got like 4 kids. He's got that stability. The boys like Walshy and him, like, Walshy leans on him. Like, love Carrigan, but I think he'd probably need a bit more time to kind of move in.
He was the captain a couple of years ago too. He had a run. At the Broncos.
Yeah.
But if you look at what was it, like DC captain now, years and years ago, everyone hated him. Like,
exactly.
And now he's a bit more settled. He's a bit more calm. And I don't know. I like Reynolds. I think he's good for the guys. Can you judge this year? His captaincy this year hasn't been it.
He's missed. They've been so disrupted this season with injuries. It's not funny. A lot of clubs have, but some key players mean more to some clubs than others do. Melbourne seem to have coped regardless of who's been out.
Penrith, cope.
Yeah, but they've been doing that for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Cowboys coped really well on the weekend. Who'd they have out? They had 2 guys out on head injuries.
Tamalolo and Cotter.
That was my favourite game, I reckon, of the round.
Yeah.
So good. Carl Felt.
Oh, that was good, yeah.
Push and shove.
Handbags.
But they actually, you barely noticed that there was two of their key guys out. They actually recovered quite well.
Yeah, they did.
They're one of the best attacking teams in the competition. It's a shame if their defense could be just a little bit better, just a
Mm.
better, they'll be top four. And you never know, they still could be top four. I think Adi told me on Sunday that they're a big chance of being in the top four. And if they are,
Yeah,
they're going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem for the team.
I reckon in the next couple of years, Dolphins, or if Dolphins can, I know Bennett's going, but if they can continue, and Cowboys in that vein, I was kind of gunning for the Tigers this year, maybe because my
What he is. We all
Yeah,
got
yeah.
soft spot for the Tigers.
do.
honestly, and obviously, like I've a soft spot for Eels, obviously, but Dragons and Knights because you've got Gagai and Hunt. all my teams are favourite except Panthers and Roosters.
Interesting.
I want to ask Tanya a question. I've always wanted to ask a Broncos supporter because I don't know many, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Is it about 92 or 93?
no, let me get that, please. No. But what's your thoughts on, George mentioned it before that you guys are missing a good coach. What's your thoughts on Wayne Bennett? Like, he's the perfect guy to go there now, but he will never go back, will he? What do
No.
Broncos supporters think of Wayne Bennett? Are they?
Everyone loves Bennett up here.
I do.
Of course.
Loves him, really consistent. Like I think he keeps the guys in line. Like he's one of the last, right? He just it's a long story, but basically last year I've got a 5-year-old, 8-year-old boy, and both of them wanted the Jermaine haircut. So Jermaine Osaka haircut. So I put it on Insta, tagged him just for, didn't even know him. He responded and he was like, oh my God, that's so cute. Sent the boys like footy tees and signed caps, and love him. Like no one ever makes the time to do that, right?
We don't hear enough.
Was that Supercoach?
We don't know.
Osaka. Oh, Jermaine
Osaka.
Oh, wow.
And, I was like, not that I talk, and certainly not talking out of school here anyway, but now and again, I'll be like, oh, great team, great game and stuff. And he's like, oh, one of their really good wins. He was like, yeah, it was nice because Bennett was smiling. But do you know that, like, and I'm in recruitment, guys, so I talk to a lot of businesses around, their staff and stuff. But now, I guess, in the world, we're giving so many accolades to people for doing so little.
Yeah.
And I think having a coach like Bennett, it's so much harder. You have to try harder to impress him. So I think Broncos has this hype at the moment. Like everyone loves them. You see them, like, they take the shirts off, sign them, blah, 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 after games. If you had someone like Bennett that was harder to impress, I think it would actually be better for them. They probably need a harder coach, in my opinion.
I agree. They need a disciplinarian.
Like old school.
Yeah.
Okay.
They won't like it. They won't like it, but that's what they need.
But you see like Ricky Stewart, right? Whenever the Raiders are on a win, he will leave. P.S. I'm Ricky Stewart at my son's games every weekend, but he will leave the box and come down to the ground because he is so passionate, right? Bennett's obviously not like that, but also that kind of really all-in mentality. That's what the guys need, I think. So I think Bennett, but he wouldn't go back because he's going next year.
Well, he had a falling out with the hierarchy as well.
Tanya, I'm dying to ask whether Dolphins are in and around Redcliffe. Tell me the juniors out there, the junior programs or the junior teams, are they very strong? Are they sort of Penrith-like?
I don't know too much about the Dolphins. Like that club's been there for years. So I used to go there with Mum, like when I was like, I don't know, in grade 8 or something.
Have they still got a team in Q Cup?
Yeah, they do.
Feed off Q Cup, gee.
But annoyingly, there's not many home games for the Dolphins because it's such a good setup. Like if they had more home games, so I think they said it last week during Titans Dolphins game. It's technically their home, Suncorp, right? But I think they probably need
to play a lot of games there. Yeah.
How far is Redcliffe from the centre of Brisbane?
40 minutes.
Is it 40 minutes?
Yeah, like 40 minutes, 45. Yeah, it's not too far.
Yeah.
Well,
so you've got, it's nicely positioned because you've got Gold Coast, Broncos, and you've got Dolphins, which is on the north side. And then you've got Cowboys are at the top.
Yeah.
They're a team to watch though. Like I'm so excited for them. It's their second year. They're in the top 8.
What
Oh,
I've
good.
seen,
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
what I've seen in their Jersey flag and SG ball, and even in the Q Cup, I froth when I see their kids coming up. I can't
Yeah.
believe what I'm watching. I'm not watching 16 and 18-year-olds. I'm watching nearly first grade rugby league players.
Well, who was that kid last year that they put on? He was a big kid. He scored a couple of tries. He was like 18 or something. His mum and dad were there. He played for the last couple of rounds, I think, for Dolphin.
The center, yeah.
Yeah, I know where he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think he's had some defensive issues, and they put him back to Q Cup, I think.
But he literally
He's there.
pushed
He's there.
past so many people. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
he was.
The cult hero. I forget his name, but
Yeah, it'll come to me. But
Tom,
yeah,
where do you think in terms of geographically in Brisbane, next Brisbane team should be, because there will be another
the
Brisbane.
Jets,
undoubtedly.
Ipswich.
Ipswich.
Alright.
In the,
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah, because a lot of they're west, so a lot of the guys that play for like Ipswich Grammar, that's usually the rugby school there. Like here on the coast, it's Miami State, which then they go into Burleigh Bears around about.
Yeah.
Burleigh, yeah. I think Ipswich, like I think that would be the next one. Maybe another North Queensland one. I don't know. I think we need to kind of get even to you guys.
Good. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying too. The Tigers bid, the Brisbane Tigers bid. What do you think about that? Is that a strong club?
A Gold Coast one.
Are they on the Gold Coast, the Brisbane Tigers?
I know the Gold Coast Tigers. That's where my son is. The Gold Coast Tigers. Brisbane Tigers don't follow because this year is the first year my eldest has been put into NRL, so I'm starting to get around obviously all the teams. But Gold Coast, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. Burleigh Bears is top of the ladder. They're quite well known.
Yeah.
Southport were going all right. Redback, Narang Redback. That's where Walshy came from.
Where's Redback? Because I mean, I follow the Q Cup. I follow the highlights of the Q Cup, but I see these names. I don't know where geographically they are in Brisbane.
Yeah, Narang's probably inner north. So if you're thinking surfers, like 10 minutes towards Brizzy.
Okay.
His brother's still there. Walshy's brother.
What's your brother? Yeah.
As well.
Is he anything
Yeah.
like,
I think so. I said to the guys in the Tigers Club, I was like, you should tell him to come in to the Tigers Club and bring his brother in. And they're like, well, he'd probably take him to Redback. I'm like, nah, bring him in here.
And how old are your boys?
8 and 5.
8 and 5, and they're playing rugby league, did you say?
The eldest one is. The youngest one's still deciding what he wants to do with his life, I think.
In the underage, how many teams would be in the club that you're playing for? You said the Tigers?
2, yeah, Southport Tigers. So shout out to those guys. They're the oldest club on the coast since 1931.
Wow.
At the moment, they've got 2 teams. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the under 6s are more aggressive than the under 8s, right?
Wow.
And they're so
what you wanna
cute.
hear.
They're in their little outfits and stuff.
With the under 6s, do they is it right where they do the first half of the season tag and then they start tackling?
Yeah, well, that's right. So they're not doing any like goal kicking or anything like that at the moment. They're tackling, and it's kind of like it's hard because Manny, he's little, he's quick, so he's a great little like wing, but they're kind of and they do it in quarters, the game, so they kind of change the positions within the game on game day, which is a bit confusing, right, in terms of where they kind of sit, because I think 8 is not late, but it's not early to start. But yeah, the little under 6s, but they go hard. It's so good. And the parents are wild too.
The parents always are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's fun. That's fun. I miss it. I miss youngsters. That's good stuff.
Good stuff. Well, why don't we rip into controversy corner?
Yeah.
And talk about a few points. And Sam, feel free to jump in if you got anything that I'm leaving out. First thing, Big Stefano, he's told the Tigers he's out. He's leaving at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And he hasn't announced where he's going, but we all know he's not leaving without a deal. So, George, all the talk is he's going to the Dogs.
If Gus pulled that one off, I won't lie.
I would say he has.
Okay, well now I'm very happy. Look, I'm not sure how much Gus is offering, but I'll tell you now, he's not offering $900,000 a year. I can guarantee you.
Oh
that.
shit, he's not getting him for peanuts.
I bet you he's not
Bill
getting.
Williams, mate.
I bet you he's not
Maybe.
getting.
They're still getting him from the Sonny Bill Williams
Well,
leftover.
Well, maybe the Sonny Bill Williams money's kicking in now, but he's not worth $900,000. Number one, I've seen glimpses. He's going to be a very good front row forward, and under Mr. Popular, he will
That's Cameron
improve.
Serraldo.
Cameron Serraldo, yeah.
Yeah.
Under Mr. Popular, he'll be very good, and well again, Mr. Popular and Gus. So I'm wrapped, but until I see it
I still
come
don't know.
out,
So,
I still
so
don't
you're
know
telling
who-
me, George, right? Stefano's been offered $850 to go to the Storm,
yeah.
but he's going to go to Canterbury $200,000 cheaper to be coached.
Well, I
By
don't- wait a minute.
Serraldo.
I don't know.
No,
I
and
don't know
not
the number.
John Creese.
No,
at
I
Melbourne.
don't know the number. I don't know the number. But I'm just saying, Tigers are offering him 1
that's-
million
yeah.
basically. Okay, we know.
Melbourne's offering you $850.
Well, Melbourne hasn't got it.
Wait, you guys are missing the point.
Melbourne hasn't got
You're
it.
missing the point. He won't be coached by Serraldo. He'll be coached by Phil Gould.
Or no, combine,
Yeah, exactly.
combine. So well, no, what are we kidding now?
Every
Joe?
time I see a photo of Phil Gould, he's on the training paddock
Yeah,
wearing shorts and a jacket.
absolutely.
He's running the session.
Absolutely. But you know, I mean, what's his name will grow. Mr. Popular will grow up.
I just find it bogus, mate. There's no way you're not going to get him. You're going to get him for cheaper than $850. There's no way Canterbury will get him that
Well,
cheap.
Okay, I'll tell you. Does he want to stay at Tigers? No.
No.
Okay. Can
You know what the
right this moment? Can Melbourne sign him for 900? I'll tell you they can't because they're over the cap nearly.
Yeah.
Okay, they have to move players. Think they want Tiger. What's his name? The big big back rower, the big front rower, the tall guy for Melbourne.
Nelson Asel for Solomona.
Benji doesn't want him,
Yeah.
so they have to move in because they can't. So they
They'll
can't sign him
find
right
it,
now.
mate.
They
They'll
can't, well, right this moment they can't sign him.
find it.
Gus can sign him.
How, but
How?
How?
Don't know. He's using what's his number?
It's unlimited cap money. That's all.
Gonna
it-
shuffle some
Down the-
people around.
I
Maybe.
Spreader. No, for once I've got something. It's been
Sombrero.
give me
The
something.
Roosters got a sombrero. These guys have got a circus tent.
Exactly. It's a joke,
So,
mate.
Tanya, my side, please.
No.
I think you'll find by the end of the week it'll be announced
Yeah.
that he'll be at the Bulldogs.
Okay. Well, look, joking aside now, if that does happen, I'm happy because when you
Oh, I would be.
when you look at the other front rowers coming from Lead Leopards,
Yeah.
the back row from the Tigers, I don't know how they're doing.
No, but listen, he got an opportunity to go to Flanagan, right?
Yeah.
He can go to St. George.
Yeah.
Flanagan.
Your mic's playing up again.
He could go to St. George, premiership winning coach. No.
No.
He can go to the Canberra Raiders who are interested. Ricky Stewart, who's won a premiership. No.
No one wants
He
to
can
be
go to the
Canberra.
Storm, premiership winning coach. No. I'll go to Serraldo, a reserve from Penrith for 2 years. He's won nothing, man.
I agree.
What would appeal to you more
I agree.
to go there rather than those other? Honestly, I don't get it. It
I
just
think-
doesn't. And cheaper. And for $650.
I agree.
It's
But
bogus, man.
guess what? Gus has got.
They're
something.
offering him over $1 million, mate.
So you're telling me they're
Yeah.
offering over $1 million?
And a
It's-
house. And a house.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Well, you know,
I don't believe it.
better not be late for training because
Well, you know what happens.
you
when
know what
they're late for
happens.
training,
30
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Can you
There's
just
no
quickly,
wrestle.
can I digress for a sec? Can you tell, if Tanya doesn't know, can you tell that Wayne Bennett story about the training when the player was late? Who was it?
Oh, you told
Oh,
me.
yeah.
You,
At
you
the-
go for it. You go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, apparently at St. George keeps playing up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hold it, I think.
Gonna have to hold
It seems to work when you hold it. I don't know.
it. Yeah, players turned up late. So he said, don't worry about it, mate. Just sit up there. You can watch the rest of the guys. So he went and sat on the stands while he was watching the rest of the team train. And when Wayne Bennett went down to the players, he said, okay, guys, we're going to train an extra hour today because that guy turned up. And they were all screaming and going, what the hell? That guy was never late again after that. That was such a smart tactic by Wayne Bennett.
That's why Bennett's a good coach.
He's a bit.
Well,
Love it.
I've got you, Tanya.
Yeah.
You know the problems that the Dogs have got with the Jason DePine? With the,
No.
the issue. Can someone fill her in about that problem? Because she will know about laws.
She's not a lawyer.
workplace. No, workplace.
She's
I think I know what you're talking about, but
We're talking about the player
give me
who had to wrestle the whole squad. Sorry, I'm looking up here. They're talking about the player who had to wrestle the whole squad. And
Did he
then-
win?
No.
No, it's
Well,
still,
they're going
it's still
through.
talking.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
going
sure
through
they'll
courts
settle.
now.
They'll settle.
But what? Look, we condemned it. We said that there's got to be better ways than to weed out the weaklings. And we're not denying that he's a weakling or not a weakling. We're saying there's got to be better ways than doing what the way he's done it. But in terms of workplace relationships, that's the wrong way. The Canterbury must be in the wrong.
Yes.
It is a job, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right. It is a job. But at the same time, on the other side of it, then you represent the company or the club, therefore. So are you acting in a way that represents the company? Like the thing is, look, and there's a lot of talk around about, fair work obviously protects the employees and things like that. But we have businesses, small business in Australia makes up 98%. And fair work will be quicker to move to obviously look after employees, but no one ever kind of looks at the business itself, protecting the business, et cetera, et cetera. It's such a long, and this is very much more my space. No, it's not appropriate to do that. Has that happened previously, years and years and years ago, where it wasn't obviously recorded or of course,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like I was saying to Nick, years ago when I started work, I was in before my boss, left after my boss. Like I lived right near Caxton Street. I may have been there till 3 a.m. or whatever, still came to work. You know what I mean? Like, and now it's, let's, have a quiet room. Let's have beer on Fridays, but not too many beers because we don't want to make, like, it's very PC at the moment. So when you have a really PC environment, it creates entitlement.
It's I think like it's a real generational thing, right? We all grew up one way, and you can't do those things today.
That's what we said.
Like it's different.
Yeah, it is not the right thing to do. They probably should have done another initiation thing. But Nick and I were talking today about, how Carl Felt does his hat trick. He kind of just is like, yeah, it's a little debutante at the end,
which I thought was cute.
Yeah, and the and I was
done it, but...
like, and I forget who the commentator was, but they were like, oh, it's not very nice. Like, he was just trying to come in. And I was like, mate, like, that's just part of it, right? But what happened with that guy, not ideal, very bad. But again, if you want to be protected by your employer and create a safe workplace, then don't go out and get caught doing some stuff on the weekend too, because that's kind of conflicting.
Is it? Can you think it's fair to say? And I know laws are laws and all of that stuff, but we're two completely different environments, right? So we're both in the corporate environment. This is a completely different, like with footy, it's completely different. So like you guys know, so years ago I used to do kickboxing for a long time, and when we used to train, we all had to do push-ups and all the rest of it. And you had to hold a certain position, and if someone failed, the whole room had to start again. So no one wanted to be that guy, right? Because then everyone had the shits with you, and it just made you tougher. It just made you push harder. It made you push through, but
it teaches accountability. Like it teaches accountability, right?
Yeah.
For me, I think it teaches character and it teaches mental toughness as well, I think. But I don't know if they do that these days or not.
It's funny. Obviously, what,
and it's a similar thing. Like we'd have to get in and spar without having a break, spar 3 rounds without having a break with 3 different people.
It's obvious what Serrato did over the off season has worked. Why? And I'm old school, so why I thought that it was wrong, I don't know. I have no idea. And I still feel it wrong. And let me tell you, we got attacked on our position. Well, I got attacked on our position. I haven't spoken to anyone, and the correspondence we got, there wasn't one person supporting us regarding that it was wrong what they did to him. So it's mind-boggling. No, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're wrong, Ari. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're wrong.
No, it's complex, right? So as a mum, if I was his mother, like obviously that's a different point of view, right? I still feel like it's wrong anyway. But the other thing too is culturally in the team, then will that hinder people from wanting to go to that club? Do you know what I mean? Or you know, or even experiencing that and the guy that's obviously going through the process, he may not be touched by other clubs now in the future. Do you know, it impacts so many different areas.
His career's over.
Yeah, for sure. But
still team, Super League teams don't even touch him.
yeah. But the thing is, like, okay, I don't know why you guys got condemned for that. Obviously, it's just an opinion. And I think if people,
we encourage it. We love it. I love
shit left and right.
Yeah, well, obviously they don't know what it feels like to have that happen to them, and then obviously be brave enough to say something, and you know, especially for a guy in a sport to say something too. Like, I think he is paving the way, but unfortunately, his pathway may not end up where he is. But you talk about bullying in the workplace. Look at I won't go into it, but the CFMEU stuff. Like
recently, gee, that's a mess.
That's wild.
That's a good point, because again, like you all know, I used to work in construction, and it was a very different world to where I am now. Very different world.
But that world that we, like, even my bosses were so hard years and years ago on me, but we have created a pathway, or we've paved the way for the entitlement now, unfortunately, but we've actually done the hard work. Now you can't really say anything or do anything. Like, I'll have clients, like I have a lot of guy mates, and they'll ring me. I think I was saying this to you, Nick, and they'll be like, Tan, I've got a one-on-one with, you know, a female. How do I say this? How do I, you know, like, I don't want it to come across this way. Then how then do you kind of empower any type of staff member or anyone if you constantly have to be PC about stuff? Like, Manny did a couple of errors during training last week, and a few of the other kids, they had to do laps. I was like, good, make them do more. Massive laps.
I love this woman laps. I'll do more than laps. I mean, are you ready for it?
Yeah.
You ready for it? Listen, we'll digress a bit. What was your opinion on the Israel issue at Vegas?
Are we going back here?
Oh, look, you're stuck there. Yeah.
Are we talking about the racist?
Oh, wow.
An outstanding rugby league player, and if he had a bit of character and a bit of backbone and sorted out on the thing, he'll win a comp. He would have won a comp last
He still might win one, mate.
Are we talking about the slur?
Yes. He's talking about.
I'm not going to make the shit.
He's talking about what Spencer Lenny called Ezra Man a monkey.
Yeah.
You've been an old school type of by the sounds of it. Do you think he should have sorted it out on the field?
Yeah, but also how embarrassing for the whole of Australia that they have to do that in America. Like, pull it together for one game. Like, do you know what I mean? As well. But yeah, I reckon they should have just sorted it out. Like, I think.
I love this goal already.
But it's not like how, like, caveman. Like, who even says that now? Like, you can get so much. There's dolls which I won't reference, but certain dolls that you can't even mention from like the 60s that, you know, represented things, but you can't be doing that. And yeah, because I do podcasts with people in America and stuff, and they're like, you guys are crazy, like with no headgear and that kind of stuff. But they're like, oh yeah, like really racist in your country. How embarrassing. Anyway.
Wow.
We have a reputation for that. It's interesting.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we're a very racist country, but in saying that, I think we're the most racist country in the world.
So we're racist.
We're also one of the most multicultural countries in the world.
It's ironic. We're the most multicultural country, or one of them, and we are one of the most racist countries.
Exactly.
Yeah, I believe we are, because like we're not, but we are. If you know what I mean. Yeah. I'm not racist, but you know what? That wog. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, well, even sorting that out on the field, right? I always like to watch the really old school 90s State of Origin like highlights. I think I was sending some to Nick. And they didn't even they would fight just over the color of the jerseys.
Oh no, yeah. but that was part of the game plan. Like that was, you know, like the cattle dog, like that again in the 90s, it was different. It was normal. Dare I say, it was normal. Even in our sports, shit just happened.
Yeah.
Well,
you still play soccer. Did you guys ever have any
Not
trouble?
really.
No?
No, not really.
They
We're
kinda
old.
go-
old.
They kind of go, you know, think of the children with violence, right? In terms of, you know, the guys being appropriate. But then they have no problem making them like sex symbols on their Instagrams, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. But think of the children if you're going to stick up for yourself. Like, it's a bit of a conflicting
Mm.
message.
Good point.
I would have sorted it out. if I
I
was
like,
him.
I like to apologize for that
Um,
that question.
No, it's fine. I said to Nick, you guys can ask me anything. It's all good.
I told you she's fine.
Yeah, I love it. I love it
Yeah.
already.
And what about we were talking about that today, like the youngsters in rugby league. Like, what do you think can be done better to educate some of these younger guys coming into grade?
Yeah, because I was talking like part of the work that so I'm starting to work more with the Tigers, and a few of the guys have played there before that I know in my network. Then obviously I talked to the coaches, Joe and Jeremy, awesome coaches. But I wanted to ask you guys, purely even from an impassive or even your own experience, what do you reckon younger kids need to be taught when they're coming or when they're emerging players? Or how do you think they'll be better equipped to deal with like the big leagues?
What age are we talking?
Like 18 or maybe 16?
You're referring to more
Up.
off the field, right?
Sorry.
You're referring to off field.
Yeah, off the field. Like obviously like Tigers, and I can tell you guys in like, you know, when it starts coming out, but Tigers are going to put together a bit of a smarter way in terms of physical development in their club, which is super exciting, but more so off the field. So going back to, you know, how no one teaches us how to work, you know, so how do we actually work? But for these kids, you've got kids that are 18 that are getting contracts and what, you know, 100, 200 grand. Then they're coming into this spotlight, exposed to Instagram, Facebook, everything else. And they actually don't know how to behave because we're talking about like guys being inappropriate and stuff. So Nick and I are talking about this today in terms of development. Like, if we can't then be harsh on them, how do you think they can be molded into better players?
Great question.
Great question. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
St George have got a program now where they've got a link with Wollongong University, and a lot of the players are encouraged to go into university and do courses in the off the field, so they can develop. And when they finish their careers, they've got a certificate in accounting or something like that. Or I think Ben Cray's got something with business and
It's like a
something like that, and
scholarship-
coin. It's a
scholarship
scholarship. Yeah,
model,
they
isn't
put them through the scholarship model, and that seems to work really well. And that sets them up for the future.
Are you guys aware of what Craig Bellamy does pre-season?
Make some work, go to
You know
construction
about that?
site.
Makes them work with construction.
Are
Yeah.
you aware of that, Tanya?
No, that's good.
So with the exception of the Stars, obviously,
Mm.
at the start of every preseason, Craig Bellamy's got to deal with one of the construction companies down there, and he sends them to work for I think it's 2 weeks, and the foreman gives him a report every afternoon, and then after work they've got to go and train, and it's just about did they show up on time, did they do it, all the discipline side of it, and shows them this is a privilege to be where you are right now. This is where you could be. This is where you are.
You know, Tanya, that's a good question, and I've often thought about it, and I've gone back and looked at the American sports because they're way ahead of us in a lot of these things, because we're talking 200,000, they're talking 20 million for kids. You know what I mean? I think it's an individual thing. You can go to TAFE and uni and have mentors with them, and kids will be kids, and you hope that they from 18 to 19 when they start playing up, you hope they pass that and they educate themselves or develop as human beings, because there's too many. What was that rugby league player who's been in trouble all his life, went to Canberra, to East?
Carney.
So what was his first name?
Todd Carney.
Todd Carney.
Right. So because he was an outstanding rugby league player, everybody will turn a blind eye. Yeah, but he could be drunk all week and not come to training, but when he comes Saturday, he's the best player on the field. So we turn a blind eye to it.
Yeah, and you see that in corporate, right? You see horrible leaders that are, just rewarded. I reckon obviously it falls to the parents, but I think it falls to the club. And I was saying to Nick today, like that, what Bellamy does and also what St. George does, that's awesome. Like, I think that that's a really good pathway, because I've been asked to talk to clubs and stuff before around pathways beyond, playing. But I reckon, like, from a club perspective, it needs to be this inclusive, obviously holistic environment, but also offering like some sort of mentoringship, but not even from, saying to Nick today, like not even necessarily, I think I said like, the greats like JT and stuff, mentoring these guys, but even guys that have played X amount of games as part of their development or whatever it might be, they need to actually mentor someone that, is just emerging. Because we were saying, imagine if, I don't know, I think I said DCE. Who's the kid? Did you remember, Nick, the guy that replaced Latrell
What's
for
his name? The South fullback with the white
the
head.
white headgear?
Joy Gray.
There you go.
Joy Gray.
Yeah. So if you have a kid like that, I know he's like, what, 20, 27, 28, but he's obviously emerging in. If you had someone, maybe from a different club or whatever, that actually spent some time with him to go, this is what I've been through. This is what you're going to be exposed to. Keep your nose clean. Don't talk to, so like, don't do certain things while you're out. Like that kind of mentorship, I think they need, as well as their career mentorship. Because everything is out now. Like,
is it a statement to say that the clubs should have a responsibility?
Absolutely.
Because I think the reason they don't, this is just my assumption, by the way, I don't know it, but my assumption would be, I think a club should have a responsibility to future plan for all of their employees, right? But
yeah,
I think they may not, because very rarely does a player spend his whole term at one club. So they almost kind of sidestep that responsibility.
What about the player manager? The
Or
player
perhaps
manager
he
should be doing
would.
all that.
He's trying to get him the best deal
But
he
still,
can.
he should be also trying
I
to
know,
set him up
but
for his future, not just taking a commission.
I'm not disagreeing, but I'm playing devil's advocate, right? He doesn't get a commission off the kid's future. You know what I mean? So that's what maybe something that should be looked at.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like, well, what's the point? Like, so the president at the Tigers, Scott, he is everywhere, like on the games, like I was talking to in the Savo, he is such a presence. Everyone knows him. He is out all the time talking to the parents, like he is awesome. And we just apply the same thing, like as a CEO, you should be out in front of your staff or your clients, and that's how you actually build credibility. Yeah. I think that regardless of whether the player's there for a good time, not a long time, if you're in a position where you're senior in a club, you should be there beyond the paycheck, right? Or the ego or the accolades. If you genuinely, like Cameron, I didn't realize Cameron Smith coaches at Burleigh because his kids play there. And Greg Bird coaches at Tigers. But that's not, you can't really find him, advertising that. Yeah. That's someone that's truly aligned. So, and the other thing too, like when I was catching up with the Tigers, because people find it hard to volunteer and stuff. And I was like, well, you've got X amount of members, you've got X amount of parents, majority have businesses on the Gold Coast or work in a company. Use the whole community to come in and support these kids, because why are you paying them to play if you're not really 100% in? I'm hardcore NRL, so obviously everything is me leading to that. But yeah, I think the clubs, I think the parents, I love that St. George, like what St. George do. I think the Suns were trying to do something, like the AFL team were trying to do some sort of TAFE program.
There's a program even better. I know you're not a fan of this club, but Penrith has that system and more. Do you ever hear of any Penrith players in trouble? And then when you do,
Tyrone May.
Yeah, when you do, they go. So they tried to work with Tyrone May. They really tried to work with him. They give him 3 chances. What's that one who just left now?
Yeah, Talon.
Taylor May. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah. So
Tyrone was worse.
They give him 3 chances, and they generally try to help him out. They say that not only the CEO and all the hierarchy and obviously Ivan, but the senior players take control. Now it's pretty hard because their senior players are 24 and 25, but in that club. But the senior players take over and sort of nurture the kids coming through. and even the youngsters that come in. When I say the youngsters, the McLean boys, I think they're 18. They come up and they seem to be good human beings. And when you hear them talk on the mic after the games from the under-19s Origin game, you think, are they 25 or are they 19? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All spoken. So they get them really early. They get them at 14, 15.
You need to get them even earlier.
They nurture them. Exactly. They put them through programs. Exactly what you're talking about. Then they actually keep them together, which is interesting. And they put around them Penrith legends. So Penrith is bigger than what we see on the field.
Well, and the thing is, why do kids want to play footy, right? Because they look to these stars. And they don't know, like my kids wouldn't know the ins and outs of if someone got caught doing something on the weekend, but they look to them, they want to be like them. Then when they get in there, you don't want to keep that dream. You want to make it realistic too, that it's hard work, but you want them to also, understand that they have a responsibility being in the spotlight to be, a certain type of human. Panthers thing, one, hate Cleary, two, they put so much stock behind him. Like even when he was those poor other players that just fade, and they're awesome too. The other players, like not a fan of. Well, I like Tuo. I really like him, but they just fade when he's there. Like there's more than just Cleary on the team. Just very smart as well.
They did okay without him, number one. And
they did.
So did New South Wales.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. So Nathan, I was actually funny we were speaking about this because I was with Dad on Saturday. I can't remember. We were watching the NRLW game, and we're talking about Nathan. And Nathan hasn't performed outside of Penrith, and the reason being he's a really good. He's a really good system player. His father's built a system. Maybe not with him in mind, but he's built this system, and Nathan's been right next to him, and he's the centerpiece of this system. But the thing is, when he leaves the system keeps on going. That shows you.
Yeah, it's a dream.
And a good club. But when he's in the system, he's the figurehead. He's the man, and the whole system is based around him, and Yo. The whole system is based around.
Well, the outstanding guys are the ones that have been with their clubs for years. Like if you look at it, like even like I love JT. I was telling Nick he's and shout out to him and Carly and Sam in the team, but he's one of our clients as well, and he's got an awesome academy, and they're going to do even awesome things with the Indigenous youth. But these guys are the ride or die that stay with their team forever. They're the ones that tend to stand out. If you look at it, like Cleary and him, and what Holmes has been with Cowboys for such a long time. But I always laugh. Like obviously Cleary with Ivan and Walters. I always think, man, what kind of conversation are they having on the Sunday? Like obviously Cleary would probably have great conversations with his dad. I don't know about Billy of late.
Really?
It's funny about that.
What about Brad Arthur and his kids?
I know a lot of Penrith supporters, and you ask them who their favourite player is, and they'll all say Yo.
Yeah.
They won't say Cleary. They love Yo. He's so popular.
You know what? Because the media really gets around.
The media.
Really gets around him and elevates him bigger than he really is.
He's awesome though. He's a standout. Yeah.
Again, I'll say it again. In the Penrith system, how he can in one tackle slow and speed up the momentum. How he can shift the defensive line where he wants them to go and hit people on shoulders. It's amazing. I've only seen Sterling do that. I haven't seen the other halfbacks do it. So what he does in that system, but it's proven. He hasn't done it in Australia, and he can't do it in the Origin field. Okay, so he needs that system. Now, if he grows and matures and learns and does it in the other platforms, but at the moment we've got Mitch. There's no need. For me, he's the number one halfback in the game at the moment.
At the moment.
At the moment. If I was picking Australian, I know. But if I was picking an Australian team, it's Mitch.
Yeah.
Because
pick him ahead of DCE?
Yes.
Who are your teams, guys? I know Nick's one.
Yes. My doggies, man.
The Dragons.
I like the Dragons. I love them.
They're hard to follow lately. They love barbecues. They're very good at that.
And the player that you like, he doesn't. He doesn't like Ben Hunt.
Really? Why not?
Oh, he does my head in. No, he's all right.
Get the look that he does when he kind of looks a bit confused, but he should be actually focusing on where the ball's going.
I don't know. He had a bad game on the weekend, though. Terrible. 5 kicks out on the full or something.
Five.
Wasn't it 4 or
What?
5? It was
Jeez.
terrible.
Well,
He had a
let's
bad
move
game.
on. We'll
Yeah,
get there.
let's move on.
So Alex Johnson, he torn his Achilles and he's gone for 6 to 9 months.
Poor kid.
He's so close to breaking the try scoring record too.
18 or something? 18
Yeah.
or 19 tries to go.
How old is he? He's still got a
He's
couple of years to
30,
go.
He's
Sure,
30.
but that's a painful.
Yeah. Is that a seat? Like next season as
6
well?
to 9 months.
So middle of next year.
Yeah.
So he's with Supercoach. So maybe when he comes back, he'll score another 4 or 5. And then the other year, finish it off. Someone's got to break that record.
Yeah.
Who is it? It's Things record?
I don't
Churchill's or someone?
Yeah, it's someone like that.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's a shame. Poor kid.
It is. And a blow for the bunnies as well. obviously.
Yeah.
Ronaldo Milituo, I never pronounced that right. He's out for a month with a knee injury.
Is it a
So
month?
the Sharks have taken another hit. Actually, he's an
Wow.
interesting one. So, Tam, we always talk about the Sharks, right? Craig Fitzgibbon, last 2 years, they've had 2 great seasons. They've had the easiest draw. They've had the softest draw. And that's, everyone knows that because,
No.
right?
Yeah.
What
knowledge.
Arthur's got a theory on that.
It's
Guess
common
who,
knowledge.
guess who draws up the draw? Arnie, tell him.
Andrew Eddinghausen. I reckon he does the draw.
Andrew Eddinghausen.
And Gavin Miller signs it.
But
Signs it
but
off.
here's the thing. So
Eddinghausen Miller does the draw.
when it gets to chocolate time, the finals, they're 0-4. Right. So they lost both finals the year before and they lost both finals this year. So I've been saying all season, the Sharks season starts in September this year. Because it really doesn't matter what happens until then.
Look,
They're 0-4, and that's where the pressure is. Now,
it's going to change this year, Nick,
why?
because they're not going to make top 4. They're going to lose 1 game only instead of 2. So that's
Because
what
where are they? Are they 6th?
that's an
Oh,
improvement. 1 less loss.
At the moment.
They're
4th, but they're the Dogs are not far behind, and
Yeah.
Manly are.
oh, yeah.
What do you think of
Chasing
the
them.
Sharks?
I've hated weirdly this year. There's a Gallon. I hate Paul Gallon. Hate with a passion.
I hate Paul Gallen with a passion.
We do
I
too.
hate
Oh, gee.
He was at
Not a
he
good
was at a State of Origin event speaking here. There was like some barbecue thing, I think the second game, and I almost went just so I could just throw a pint at them or something. Oh, just
Oh,
hate, massive hate. Look, they had a couple of good games this year at the beginning. Like they've done all right. Like, and I've probably paid more attention. I think because Manny, my eldest, he's very he loves just NRL, so he knows all the teams. So I've put in more of a concerted effort, particularly with the teams that I hate. Like Sharks are okay, but I don't know. This is when I was saying to one of my mates, this is when the games start getting really interesting, right? Have you noted like on the weekend? There's a couple of tries, like right even in the last minute. What was it? They lost, but it was the Warriors. It was the Warriors game. Who'd they play on the week?
Tigers.
Tigers. Didn't they score in like the last 10 seconds or something? Was it that
No,
play?
not that one.
No, that was
So
it was one of
Manly and
that was
Roosters,
Manly,
34-30?
Manly, yeah. I think it was.
Manly
well, it
Roosters?
gets no, it was 10 seconds actually. Yeah, Tigers, the last set, but they didn't win,
Okay.
obviously. But I think this is when it starts getting really interesting. So, I think my tips are as good as Nick's ones because I always seem to do quite well. But around this time of year, it starts getting a little bit tougher.
Top of the comp. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, look, I like the Sharks. I think I just have to be a bit more. I think the biggest schooling was when Reynolds moved to Broncos. I had to be a little bit kinder to Smith Vale's teams. They're okay. I probably like them more than Gallons.
No, I don't think anyone likes Gallen, don't worry.
Well, let's run through the games. So speaking of, the Warriors 28 points to 16 over the Tigers.
Mm.
That one there looked pretty comfortable at the beginning for the Warriors. I think they did all right, but lucky they've got no goal kicker. The guy can't kick side of a barn at the moment, and kept the Tigers close. But no, sorry, I can't see my notes.
Warriors was the Tigers didn't score in the first half. It was like the Dolphins Titans game.
It was 14-0 or something, and then
Yeah.
14-10,
Halftime.
and then it finished at 22, I think, or something like that. But Mr. Disney, Aladdin, Fanil Blake, whatever,
He's outstanding.
he was outstanding.
He's
He's the one who
outstanding.
sort of did everything and brought the Warriors back to life, I think, in the second half.
Mm.
But what's your thoughts, guys?
There's a pattern.
Tigers.
There's a pattern emerging with the New Zealand. They start hot now
Mm.
and they fade away. Then there's a pattern with the Tigers. They start cold. They play a little bit in the middle. Then they drop off at the back end.
Or Tigers.
Yeah,
Poor
I
Tigers.
know.
I should look. You know what? I feel sorry for Abbey. He tries so hard. He does everything. The only thing
I see him all the time because I literally live like 5 minutes from their home base. So I see him all the time, and you know what? They don't look like a team that's struggling.
you know.
Like they just, I don't know. For me, they seem to be having too much fun. You know what I mean? But anyway,
Okay.
You're talking about the Tigers?
you do
Are you talking about the Tigers?
Tigers, yeah.
Is it? Yeah. You know, every time I watch the Warriors, actually very happy that Kurt Capewell scored that first try because it was a Broncos. My bias is out of control. But the guy, the winger for the Warriors, it's going to sound so bad, but he's kind of got that Rick James thing going on.
Oh, Rick James, yeah.
Alan Warren,
Lesbian act.
Lesbian act.
Yeah. He's
Lesbian
really
act.
good.
Dallin Wateni Zelezniak. Here they
Yeah.
call him
The lesbian act. Yeah.
Just so you know. The nicknames I told you.
Yeah.
Out there, yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. No, it's
He
a
is
good game.
good.
You know who's even better than
Rick
that?
James.
Roger
Tuivasa-Sheck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that when they bring what's his name back? What's the fullback? The usual fullback, Adi?
The fullback
Yeah.
is what's his name?
Chance
When they
Yeah.
when Charles comes back, I know they're going to put him straight in fullback, but they shouldn't. Roger is a fullback. He doesn't pass. He's got a great step. He brings it out from dirty ball. I see no. I don't know what Webster's going to do. He has to leave him at fullback if he's got any chance at all. Fanil Blake, tell you what, Cronulla's got a good buy there. Fanil Blake was outstanding.
Yeah.
Seriously,
He's always been.
he was so good. He was so good. The scores look close in Nicola, but really, I think Warriors were in control.
They were
the whole game. With West, Benji's got to just start filtering kids again. Filter kids in.
Yeah.
He's doing that.
As many
Mm.
kids as he
I
can.
think all three
And
young brothers played together, didn't they? The Fanil brothers?
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
for West.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's three of them. Yep. Yeah, so they did. So if he keeps on filtering youngsters next year, the Penrith connection, Luluwai, Coruscant, and River, I'll tell you now, they'll do wonders for the team. I'm not saying they're going to make the 8, but they'll be much improved.
They're going to do well though.
They'll be much improved.
They'll do well next
Yeah.
year.
I think
Is Benji going to be working from home next year again?
maybe golf working from home, or doesn't he work from?
He's moved. Isn't he moving to Bali? He's going to
He's
do
moving to Bali, yeah.
No,
I think he's working offside. Yeah,
Offside,
shooter, yeah, work from home. Yeah. Well, there's not much to say about this game. The only bet. The good thing is that Warriors are still in contention of the 8. I don't think they'll make the 8, but they're still mathematically
Do we get any points this week?
mathematically ready.
3-2-1. Manoli, our Greek man with the kebabs, he gave his points to.
By the way, just so you know, Ken, I'm surrounded by the Greek variety.
Yeah,
here.
so
All right, I got one on each side of it.
let's go on to Manoli, who gives these awards. The 3-2-1, he gave 3 points to Disney for Neil Blake.
Fanil Blake, yep.
He gave 2 points to Mr. Coruscant. He was everywhere. Did you see right at the end where he sort of set up the try and then ran in the
Then ran
background
around
and
and yeah,
scored?
scored a try.
Mate, he was
Amazing.
taking the bins out at the end
Amazing.
too. At the end of the night, he was taking the bins out, making sure everyone was home. He does
He drove the
everything.
bus too.
And 1 point went to the lesbian act. He Rick James.
I'm sorry, Tanya.
Oh, yeah. That's Rick James. I think I like Rick James. We're going to go back to Rick James. I think the other one's a bit too.
I can't feel more comfortable with Rick James. Rather than-
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, Rick James it
It's
is.
just
Rick
yeah,
James it is.
Rick
Thank you,
James it is. There you go.
Thanks, Tanya. Thank
There
you.
you go. I'm bringing that PC in.
From the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Yeah, that was
All right?
yeah.
Jesus. Okay, no more.
No more.
It's Rick James.
Yeah,
right?
Rick James. Rick,
It's preparations. I better know. I better
Can
know.
I ask though, before you guys move on to Eels and Storm and sad face with that, have you noticed, and maybe you'll notice it now, the Warriors can't play in the rain?
Oh,
You said that to me last week. Yeah.
That's why they won. It didn't rain. It'd be good to see it this week because who are they playing? They're playing in Auckland. Are they playing in Auckland again?
Not sure.
But every time it rains,
there you go.
you'll
good
think
night.
about it now if it rains.
Yeah.
You know what,
I
Tanya?
just want to pop that in.
Now that we're talking about New Zealand and we're a little bit serious, they've every game.
Oh,
they've
we're
had,
serious now.
Oh, I'm always serious. Every game they've had New Zealand a full house, and
It's because they didn't play at home for 2 years.
maybe that, and I think the New Zealand people have found up the wires, this and that something. Now, I actually hope they do make the 8. I actually hope they do make the 8.
Yeah.
To continue this love affair momentum with New Zealand. It's a damn shame that they're not doing better, because I really want this momentum to continue and to carry them on, because number one, I want another team in the North Island.
You want more teams, even more.
Well, he's going to have 20 teams. That you can say whatever you want. The amount of feathers. I agree with you, but he's going to have 20 teams, 2 conferences of 10. He's going to do it. He's thinking of money. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about it. I'll guarantee you that's what's going to happen. Okay. I know. Look, I don't like the Papua New Guinea bit either, because I thought it was going to be a Pacifica. It's got Papua New Guinea. We're going to a third world country. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. I hate it. He's going to do it. Okay.
I think 20 is a good number. I don't like. I think 20 is a good number.
I think so.
He
He wants to do two conferences of 10. To play your conference twice and the other one once.
Yeah.
And basically, the Sydney teams, the New South Wales teams, play each other twice, and all the other teams in the peripheral, you Queenslanders will play twice each other. You will play WA twice.
So how does that affect the odds? Will it increase Parramatta's chances of winning something before I'm moving to a nursing home?
I'd say so. I think so. I hope so. I hope so. And then we have a Super Bowl.
Will there be an exception to Cronulla? They can play whichever teams are good.
They can play anyone they want, Cronulla. Eddie Housen will.
Eddie Housen will.
Eddie Housen. So, more power to them. And we're moving on, looks like, to the Eels and the Storm.
Eels Storm, 32 points to 14. The Storm, I thought the Eels came out of the blocks and tried hard, but lost.
Eels, they were in it for the first 10 minutes. No, seriously. The first half was 14-8. So it was close. Yeah. I dare say the Melbourne Storm guys would have gone in and copped a spray at halftime, because they weren't really performing well.
They weren't playing.
And you know, John Creese, Bellamy, he would have been cursing.
Did you see him in the box going off his rocker?
Yeah, he was going off his rocker. But it was good to see Munster back. I'm a big fan of Cameron Munster, so he came off the bench, played a bit. But Jerome Hughes, guy's in career best form. He's untouchable.
He's been unbelievable.
He's the best.
Week in, week out.
Yeah, he is. He's
the best player, not the best half.
He's the best player. And Gutherson had his 200th game. There you go, King Gutho.
You know what? It broke my heart, because I saw Parramatta try so hard, and they did. They were physically and mentally on top of the Storm, which I couldn't believe. Then they're just they're just performing a simple X. They drop the ball. Pab picks up the ball and runs 80 meters and scores a try, breaks their back. They're on top. The same sort of things. They're on top. They're attacking. They're in good ball. And then all of a sudden, like I said, a simple in and out run or a simple shoulder hit, and they drop balls or this and that. And then Storm grabs the ball, and off mistakes, always, the old man says, off mistakes, the try comes.
The good teams punish you.
Yeah, absolutely. They do. And it just broke my heart. And when they came out, look, the score is very deceiving. 32-14, very deceiving. But at the end of the day, what do we say? Good teams keep on winning games, even if they're not playing the very best rugby league. And Parramatta's depleted, basically. I don't know these players. Who's Togo? You know what I mean? He has to play well. So we move on, and the Storm is the number 1 team in the country at the moment.
Yeah.
3-2-1
went to Jerome Hughes, got the 3 points. Pappenhausen, pretty good. You got the 2, and the winger, Warbrick. How good was he?
He's a find, isn't he?
Was
a good player.
I was hoping you said Warbrick.
Yeah. Manolia loves the wingers. He always goes after the wingers. Next game. is the one.
Well, we-
Here we go.
Yeah.
The rivalry here. Oh boy.
I'm hesitating. Wait,
Did you watch the Parramatta game? What was your thoughts, Tanya?
The Eels, yeah, no, like again, they tried. Like Parramatta's one of those teams that they should just be really good. They shouldn't, like, considering all the talent and stuff,
What I say?
Yeah.
they should do really well. But Storm, they're coming into that. They're like ninjas, right? They're coming into that year of, like, you know, when it was Cronk and Smith and Slater. They're
Yeah.
just really silent kind of assassin coming through. Look, I still have that soft spot for Eels and more so. Look, to be fair, you guys did better in terms of point difference than the next game we're going to talk about. But no, I got excited at the beginning, like, because you see some of the, like, Dolphins going up a bit against Panthers. They almost won a couple of weeks ago, right? Obviously, two different teams, but there's been a few times in a few couple of rounds, I think at beginning of Origin, where a lot of, you know, teams that were lower on the ladder actually did really well against the higher players, you know, the higher points teams too. But yeah, like, you know, I think I just like this time of year. Everyone's kind of rested or they're coming out of Origin. I think it was a good game. They came out
It's a
quite
really
strong.
the run into the finals.
Mhm.
Really exciting time. Like I said, we've broken down the year in three parts. The start of the year where you bank your points up, the Origin period where, you know, Broncos and the whole comp goes haywire. Then we get into the good stuff. Now the true believers come out. They run into the final. So we're going to watch some good stuff coming up because there's going to be some team. And look, no one even wants to spoon. I mean, I can't wait to watch Parramatta West. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah,
No one
I
wants to
can.
spoon.
we're going to go to that one.
If you want, it's a Campbelltown, but
At least we're fighting for a trophy.
hey, silverware. You always say about silverware or timberware.
I mean, you know, obviously watch this game. The Bulldogs were really good, right? The Bulldogs were really good, and the Broncos were really off as well.
Yeah.
Something
happened though. I reckon
because it was a game they had to win, but
Yeah.
Kevy said it in the press conference, and he goes, you know, I've been here as a player, you know, where you come out here, there's 40,000 people, it's a game you have to win, and we've all played sports, so we all understand this. Sometimes you just go out there and it's just off, it's just not clicking, you know. On the flip side, the Bulldogs were clicking. You know, they were very slick, very, very good. Very good. The energy level was right up there for the whole.
Their
time.
energy level was amazing.
I've got to give credit to the Bulldogs, man. I think any team that would have played them that night would have struggled to beat them.
Yeah,
They were
I agree.
dynamic.
No, I agree.
They were really
I
good.
agree.
Broncos weren't good. They were terrible. And it was disappointing in front of 42,000 people, you know, playing like that. But Canterbury, got to give them credit. They played to the plan and it worked the treat. They went wide every time and they just carved them up.
Is it a fair comment to say the Broncos may have had a bit of an Origin hangover?
Yeah. They could. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like what Mariner got injured during game. Reynolds got injured towards the back end. Two things, I forget what it was. One, they did a call on knock on when it got rested on Staggs' leg. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other one where they awarded that try, but Mam would have intercepted. I was like, sometimes I was talking to Scott from Tigers today. We were talking about refs and that kind of stuff. Sometimes when it gets sent to the bunker, even still, the calls aren't right.
Yeah, that's right. It's
So,
terrible.
you know,
We hate the bunker. We hate the bunker.
So you know, in town we got the referee, we got the touch judges, right?
Hmm.
You know what we call the touch judges? Fans with flags. That's what we call them.
Fans with flags.
Fans with flags.
They do
Was it
nothing.
you that said it to me, Nick? Or was it someone I was talking to today that they actually need a ref in the bunker?
Yes, the best referee should be in the bunker. Yeah.
I reckon though. And again, like Broncos, they shouldn't have won. They didn't deserve to win. But you think about those calls that are made early on, it's a bit of a, you know, mind F.
Yeah, it is.
I warm myself into this
She's not
conversation.
saying fuck.
No, never.
Oh, well.
No, but it is, right? But good game. Well done. I concede. That's what I'm saying.
in terms of the game, yeah, absolutely. Canterbury came with a plan.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, Mr. Populous saw something in the video, and I'll tell you what it is. When the Broncos defend in Canterbury's bad ball, they shrink their line. Okay, which a lot of teams do. St. George's does too. So, and when they come out to the halfway, they start spreading more. When they come back to their bad ball, okay, they're like complete all the way through. Now, Serrato, and we've been doing it all year because we haven't got middles.
They were going wide early.
Yeah. So what Serrato planned was second place shifts, which is unheard of. If you sort of think about rugby league, you got to go forward. But go forward in the middle, we go forward off the edges, which again, it's a Serrato or Gus thing. So we'll do, and the commentators were predicting what was going to happen. Second play shifts. Now, Kevin didn't respond quick enough. We didn't respond at all. He should have got the word down straight away when they were down 16. That okay, we're changing formation in our defense, and we're spreading right across. Didn't happen. They didn't come out with energy. Paul Selby.
They looked gassed in the first half, though. Broncos looked absolutely gassed.
I think
a lot of defending.
Yeah, I think they weren't ready as well. I don't think they'll be prepared.
But because I'm going to the Titans Broncos this week, and I didn't go to the Doggies Broncos one on the weekend. But just the brutality of Burton doing that field goal at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Just to be like,
actually,
look,
it was an extremely physical game as well.
Yeah.
You felt it in the heart, though.
You want brutality?
They were winning.
you want brutality? I'll give you brutality. Boys know this story. Somewhere in the 90s, one of my best mates is a Canberra supporter.
No.
We went to watch Parramatta Canberra at Parramatta, right? Remember, he's a Canberra supporter. He was begging me to leave in the second half. We lost 68-0, right? And I said, no, we're staying here till the end. That's brutal. That's brutality. He was begging me to go. I said, no, I want to feel the pain. We're here. Let's stick it out.
Yeah. I reckon people that leave, like, before the game finishes just to kind of get on the buses and stuff, you're not a true supporter. Like, even Origin. I went to the Origin the third game. Best loss ever. Like, I was sitting with New South Wales supporters and stuff. But you don't leave. You have to be there and share the pain with them.
That's it. Yeah.
I wouldn't have the third Origin. I wouldn't have left. I would never want that game to end.
I had the best time.
And not because of New South Wales won, just of the quality. I don't care who won that game. Honestly, if we lost, I don't care.
No, I agree with that.
It was such a good game.
It was such a good game. But obviously when you're sitting, because I had everyone like texting me and stuff and giving me shit and stuff. But obviously when you're sitting there, you're not getting the playback. So we're kind of seeing like the fights and we're, seeing everything else. And then the screens are so small, right? So everyone's giving me updates around what's going on, but I'm too busy like giving shit to the guy in New South Wales. I reckon it was honestly such a game. But yeah, like you kind of need to stay towards the end and that brutal story. That is brutal. I'm sorry about that experience.
He still reminds me of that too.
Finish this game up. Broncos loss. Canterbury won. Closer to a top 8 berth after a 7 or 8 years.
Closer. They're in fifth.
We've still got to win 2 or 3 more. And I think Broncos might struggle making the 8 this year. Mathematically possible, but
did we do the points on this already or not?
No, not yet. Connor Watson, he got the 3 points. Connor Watson, Connor Tracy. Tracy, sorry. He got 3 points. Toby Sexton got the 2 points, and Bronson Sherry got the 1.
Mate, he knows his footy. Manoli knows his footy.
You're right? Oh, that's good.
Manoli's
not only kebabs, mate. He knows.
Good man.
So the second game on Saturday, Cowboys 30 points to 22 over the Sharkies. This is the one you were talking about, Tan?
Oh, so good.
Hey, tell us about it. Tell us about
it.
So
fast. It was such a fast game.
Yeah.
I think it was just because Cole Felt's he's not one, actually, I wouldn't know, but he's not one to do a hat trick often anyway.
Yeah.
But just the speed of that game, because what was the score in the end? 22. Yeah. So you've got I feel like fairly even teams, right? and they played it in Townsville, didn't they? So quite obviously very similar to Doggies going up to Bronx. Quite a scary kind of environment for them, but just I don't know. I love that game. It was a true clean game. Few fights, super fast, awesome tries. Like, because I don't know if you guys would have all watched it, but even how he scored, he just boop on just over the line, just nice.
Saw that, yeah.
It was just a nice, enjoyable game that didn't have too much drama to it.
It was.
Also, the
I
Sharks.
always say the best games are the ones where you can't remember who the referee was.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, true. And Cowboys did it tough. They lost Tamalolo, they lost Cotter, so they had a couple of forwards out. So it was a tough one. And their record against the Sharks, they've won 11. They've lost 11 out of 12 to the Sharks. Yeah, they've got a bad record. I know because the only Egyptian Cowboy supporter in the world watches together, and he always comes crying after those games. But
and even Holmes.
And Val Holmes was kicking some sideline conversions.
He got 4 out of 5, didn't he?
Yeah.
He is such a clean player.
Yeah.
He's just so, again, he's stayed with them the whole time, right?
Yeah. No, it was a good game, man. I think the Cowboys are a dark horse. I think they're a top 4.
So the Sharkies a threat or not
for the
semi
finals?
Yeah.
Nah.
If they get in the top 4, they are.
I think the Cowboys will get them, or the Dogs. I think the Cowboys and Dogs are playing better than them.
We'll see
at the moment.
If they get in the top 4,
what about when Nico comes back?
When's he back?
I don't know.
You know the ironic part is really hurts me. It does, because I like Nico.
They're better without him.
Tribbles a bit playing really good.
He is playing good.
He's better, and it's the first crack I've seen. You know how much I love Atkinson.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have a good game.
Yeah,
didn't have a good game for the first time, but he's Emily, a youngster. Let me just suggest to you that Scotty Drinkwater and Tom Dearden are the 2 superstars in that team, and you take
Dearden was all over it.
Yeah, you take those 2 teams, and they're not a top 4 team, and you know what? I think they're going to make top 4 with their draw.
You're going to freak out with a 3-2-1.
Well, tell me.
Manoli gave Cole Felt the 3 points. He gave Kyle just 3 tries. He just loved it because he gave him 3 tries. He loved his wingers. He gave it to him, man. Kyle Felt. He gave Nanai 2 points.
Now,
he thought Nanai was fantastic.
What? He's the best hole runner since Steve Menzies. Oh, you know what? He reminds me of Steve Menzies, how he runs, how his body shape is, how he hits holes. He reminds me
He's
of
a great
Menzies.
player. I love him. And Trundle got the 1 point.
Yeah.
But it's him, Nanai, and the other guy from Cronulla, Nicara. He's another good hole runner. He's another.
But he
I love the way he plays.
But he hasn't been playing well recently. But he's a very good hole runner.
Yeah.
So rounding off Saturday night, the Roosters came home in a tight one, 34 points to 30 over Manly. It was a late flurry. That was a real close one.
Tanya, did you watch this game?
Yeah. No, I can't. I love
Roosters fan. Hey,
honestly, Tedesco, just not, and him making himself relevant by scoring a try. Sorry, it's just.
I love it. Tedesco.
Oh, Teddy.
Oh, look, he's a good player, but he's just. And I think I would go for Manly colours, obviously, but DCE, the brothers too. I thought the Roosters would win, but I was hoping that Roosters just came out real hot, real quick in the beginning. Like, just honestly,
they're really unpredictable this year. The Roosters.
Yeah, they are.
Ardy, what do you got for me?
Mate, I thought Tedesco was absolutely sensational. He scored a try, 2 try assists, 269 meters. He carrying the ball. He was fantastic. But I thought the Roosters 22-0 up. You thought, geez, it's going to be a record score here. But credit to Manly, they made a game of it. 3 intercept tries. They scored 3 tries from intercepts. How about that?
Yeah,
that was amazing. Yeah, I've never seen that before in one game. For the one team. But it was a good game. Kept us on our
pre-show. It's a pre-show. They interviewed DCE, and they're like, "Oh, got to stay away from Crichton." He's like, "Oh, no, it's all good." But Teddy did well. He's just,
Teddy. He's just Teddy.
Good on him.
Was it teabag Teddy?
Yeah. Did I say that to you?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, and you got up with this one. Roosters got out to a big lead. I think the score hides a few issues that Manly's got. You know what? I think
The
that
professor's under pressure.
I actually think the professor has got the perfect balance
That's
of play
Seabold.
now.
That's Seabold,
Yeah.
the Professor Seabold.
Mhm.
When he started the season, he tried to do the dogs system of shifting on the first or the second. It didn't really work. Then he went back to this power game, which didn't work. He's actually got it perfect now. He's playing edges. So with Tommy on the edges, or the Trbojevic, Tommy Talau, he's got it right. Here, I think the score hides a lot of issues. 3 intercept tries,
Yeah,
Yeah.
three
which
intercept tries.
which kept them into the game. I didn't really enjoy it. Like Tanya, I didn't really enjoy this game. I did enjoy Roosters getting out to a big lead, but you know what? There's something missing the Roosters. If we're talking about them for a grand final
Yeah.
spot or a top 4, there's something missing. I can't put my
Hooker.
finger on it.
Brandon Smith.
Mhm.
Think so?
They're missing
Yeah.
a boy corner.
Yeah, well, everybody was.
No, they're missing that leader.
Yeah,
Teddy's not that leader.
He's not that leader. No,
You know?
he's not that leader.
It's,
You know
it's
what?
just they don't. It's a weird team. They don't
Yeah.
like. It's the leader thing because they don't kind of get around him.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't. And
He's not that
he's not
type
that
of
type of guy. And for all the
Mm.
accolades that Sam Walker gets, I know what you're telling me, Adi. Yes, he's a very good
I love him. I
number
reckon
7
great.
rugby league player, but is he a closer? Is he a closer?
Yeah.
Why?
He's only a young man. He's not. He's
Yeah,
not. He's
no,
a young fella.
You know what I don't
He's a
like?
future Queensland.
Definitely,
halfback, mate.
absolutely.
He
And-
could,
and
be as early as next season.
it will be,
could be.
or possibly.
His
Yeah.
kicking game's outstanding. He'll
Yeah,
kick
no,
it in short.
I don't disagree. I've said he's a good player,
Hmm.
but how they've made him into a godlike figure, the media at
But
20,
that-
But
21.
But that's media.
That's media.
Well, I'm
That's not-
telling you, well, I'm telling you, so you know, he's not that type of kid. Did Luke Keary give the two of those 3 intercepts?
Yeah, I think he did.
He did. Okay, so Sam should take absolutely, completely carte blanche control and just kill him with those little kicks.
I think he will when Cleary's not there anymore this season.
You mean
Keary.
Sorry,
Keary, yeah.
Keary, yeah.
Possibly. So the 3-2-1.
Oh, 3-2-1. This is
was-
Manoli's favourite team. He's a Rooster man. He gave
Right.
Tedesco. Tedesco was 3 points. He gave the barbecue boy Brooks. He gave him 2 points. And Nat Butcher, 45 tackles. He was a top tackler. So he gave Nat Butcher the 1 point for that one.
Artie,
I wouldn't say for the Roosters, I do like Jared Warrior Hargreaves.
Oh yes,
That's
he's
a
the
lead.
best.
He's the best. He's my
He's
favourite.
He's the best.
Oh,
He's still suspended, right?
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
suspended.
So
Because
he,
he's old school. He's
Yeah.
like Shane Webke. He's like one of those brawlers.
Shane Webke. There's a name for you.
Webke,
There's a name for you.
he was a champion.
Yeah.
So Hargraves, I think he broke the Roosters record with 307 games. And I think it was like when you add up all these suspensions, it's 36 games or something. So he could have broken it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, if he didn't get suspended so often.
He's awesome. He's so good. That's what's missing. That he wasn't on the
Yeah.
field.
Maybe.
And a lot of people forget he broke the record for the Roosters, but he played for Manly before that.
Yeah.
So he's
Well,
all 2, yeah.
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 So he's good enough to go around again. I know he's not, but
Well, he's going for
He's going to
yeah.
Super League.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can't wait
yeah.
to watch him. He's going to go so good with that French pack. Oh, that French pack, Artie.
Artie, what happened in Wollongong?
Oh, mate.
The
Dragons and Panthers. You know what?
Panthers 46-10 over the Dragons.
Last week, I heard a stat, and someone said that Penrith haven't won at Wollongong since 2014. I'm a stats man, so I thought, we've got a hoodoo here. They're going to lose. Anyway, I start watching the game. First thing they say, Penrith haven't played here since 2015. I went, what? What?
We said that last
So they won in 2014. They lost in 2015.
So just
They
for,
never played again.
just for
Nah,
just for
man.
Tanya, repeat that stat again that you started with.
They haven't won.
Because you brought this up a couple of weeks ago. Right?
I brought it
All
up.
right, repeat the
Penrith
statement.
haven't won since 2014.
And then I said to you, how many times have they played there?
Exactly.
Once.
So yeah, that really threw me off. I thought, Penrith, St. George might have a chance here. They sold out the ground. I thought all the fans must have believed it too, because they thought, we're going to see something special here. Yeah, we did 40 points, which we've seen how many times against the good teams. It's like it's just typical Dragons 2024. And next week we might win. So we might win next week, but no, we've got the Storm. So that's another 40 points. But yeah, it was disappointing. But look, it was good to see Cleary back. He was amazing. What a top player. Hey, he was phenomenal. And that was his first game back from injury. Was he second?
Yeah.
Oh
Second
my God.
game,
Second, yeah.
Yeah, he was amazing. So
It's not fair when because he's like his chin's always 2 meters offside.
and they
Oh,
lost
my
fish
word.
early too. They lost the fish early as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, Penrith looked really, really good. They're looking good for four in a row, I think. That's for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I
No?
don't reckon it. No,
Oh,
no.
I
I
don't
hope
know,
not.
man.
Anyway, I really don't want.
they've
them
been
to.
playing in their pajamas all year, mate. Now they're starting to get serious. We're going to
Maybe.
see
Maybe.
good Penrith.
Did you catch this one, Pam? Or not?
Look, I was busy. No, I'm kidding. I didn't. No, and I like the Dragons. I don't know. There's a couple of good players in the Dragons of it, but again, it's just like everyone hoped, like when we're watching these games, like you can't. There's this hope that they're absolutely going to smash the Panthers, right? But then when you see it going the way that it's going, you're like, do you know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
at least make it entertaining, not
I
like
had all that hope in the grand final 2 years ago, and in about 8 minutes it was over. So there you go. Points.
Oh, okay. George?
Oh, I'll just be really quick. Penrith came on the ground, started at a high level, and kept at a high level. And St. George just couldn't go with them, and that's what she wrote. You know what? I thought about something, and I don't really care what Flano says. They put Matt Fairguy at fullback, okay, and they dropped Sloan. Okay, guess what? How many attacking fullbacks is there which are outstanding attacking players and not very good defenders? There's one in that team over there. Okay, okay. No, he's an outstanding thing. No one says as a fullback, as an attacking fullback, you have to be a good defender.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my view on that.
3-2-1.
Yeah.
Nathan Cleary, 3 points. Luai got the 2, and Lee Martin, the big 3, basically dominated the points, and that's it for Penrith.
So for the next one, the Gold Coast 21 points to 14 over the Dolphins. Tam, when you watch this one, who are you with? This is a tough one for you.
Oh
isn't it?
yeah.
Dolphins. I'd like.
Spins up.
And obviously, I love the Titans and stuff, but I think if I'm going down the underdog theme, I'm going to go for Dolphins. They didn't even score in the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they were like, yep, we've got it in the bag. I don't know how you would think that for 14, but that's what they thought, and then they just kind of relaxed. When we were talking about, was it Warriors that you were saying they start really fast and taper off? Is that what you were saying? Yeah. Titans have been starting really good and then tapering off, but in this game, they kind of, I thought they were going to lose, and then they just really geared it up in the second. I was not unhappy when 2 Queensland teams, because when they got 4. But when 2 Queensland teams are playing, you're kind of happy if either win. Yeah. But I think, it was a pretty good game though. It would have been such a good game live as well.
Yeah.
Did you guys catch it?
I didn't see this one. No.
Yeah, I saw bits. Look, I saw the beginning. It was 14-0, and I thought, okay, here we go. Dolphins are going to run away with it. And then I was sort of watching it on and off. And then when I saw the full-time score, 21-14, that was a huge shock. You think Hasler would have had a bit of a spray at halftime or something? He must have.
I think
must have done something.
Nicola, the best jersey in the competition, the Dolphin away jersey. Love it.
My wife said the same thing.
Love it.
Loves it.
Love that jersey. I actually might even buy that jersey just to wear because I love that jersey. The Dolphins got off at an amazing start, and Titans really looked under pressure. But as the game went on, physically, the Titans got on top, and it's a very Desi sort of attitude team. And I suggest and I encourage. Do you listen to the James Graham podcast?
No.
Tanya?
I heard it's good. I think Nick told me. It's
The
good.
James Graham podcast has got Big Tino on, and if you hear
The latest
him,
episode,
the
yeah,
latest
yeah.
episode, if you hear him, how he talks about Desi, what chills up my spine.
Oh, really?
He loves
Yeah.
it, and he said it took them a while to get used to his style, but he goes that the first day he had me in his office, and he had me on the ground wrestling, showing me how to buy a second. You know what I mean? He goes, we love him, absolutely love him. And he said, we let him down, all these words. I'm thinking, give him another year or two.
Yeah.
He's going to drain all the good stuff out of him. Get percentages going. This team's going to be a top 8 team. They're out. Anyway, for some reason, the Dolphins dipped and the Titans just kept on coming. And
It was funny because I was watching it with one of my mates, and I was like, because we were talking about captains doing awesome things, right? Like you got Cleary, you got DC, you got, Dearden. And I was like, God, Bromwich hasn't done anything like all year. And then he literally scored the second try while he did. And I was like, good on him. I think he got into a bit of a fight too halfway through. He got sin binned for something. But that is it Piera for the Titans?
Yes.
He is awesome.
He's great. Yeah.
And little baby Payne Haas, the brother, he did score the last try for the Titans.
It is his brother, is it?
Yeah.
It is brother.
Baby brother. So he's one to watch for sure.
And let's not forget Jaden Campbell. Love Campbell. And this team is just going to improve. I honestly believe that the Titans are just gonna improve.
Well, they already have. They started the year, they had so many narrow losses. Yeah, and
yeah, Tino too.
Yeah.
They've done well.
Big difference.
Massive,
That comes back
huge.
in. Tell me what's your thoughts when Supercoach leaves the Dolphins? I mean, I'm a Brad Wolf. I'm a Wolf fan, but Christian Wolf fan. But you think they'll maintain the rage?
I would hope so. I reckon they will. Like, I think if it depends on how Bennett leaves, right? It's the recruitment thing. Like, how well do you leave a role too? Like how the goods are handled. I reckon they're going to be okay because they've got a really good brotherhood in that team. Like, you can tell the guys, they all hang out as well. Like, actually hang out after playing and after training and stuff. But yeah, on the Titans, Tino is very much loved on the coast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So next year, there's a lot of support for him. That you guys should come up to Queensland one time, watch a game.
I'm actually
haven't-
actually coming. Yeah, not next week. Next week I'm going to watch the Titans and I forget Bunnies. I think.
Yeah.
At the
That'll actually be good. Titans, Bunnies.
So as you know, I haven't been to Lane Park yet.
Lane Park.
Mind you, I took a couple of selfies at about 3 o'clock in the morning there last year, sent them to George. Me and Frank, after we'd had a few at the Caxton.
Yeah.
It was in the off season. But I did go to Seabus Super Stadium last year.
Seabus is good.
But it was for a Kiss concert, not the footy.
Tell me in terms of Seabus, because I don't know where it is. From the Gold Coast.
Beautiful little stadium.
Is it a bus trip away?
Yeah, it's Rabina, so it's right by the train station.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's easy to get to, like, in terms of, because I've watched footy down in New South Wales and stuff before, but Suncorp's good, but you kind of have to know where to go to leave and to get into. But Seabus, it's very easy, like whether you're driving or and it's no matter where you sit, you get it's great.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Smaller, obviously, but that's probably why.
Yeah, I was there for a concert, not a game. But
I went and watched a game there with Costa.
Did you?
My son, we went and watched Titans and Dragons.
Were you there, or you went there specifically?
We went specific to watch the game
No
for the weekend.
way.
Yeah,
Oh man, how cool!
it was good. It's a
How
good game.
cool would that be?
Titans won in the last minute.
Typical.
So yeah, typical Saints, but it was good.
But
It was a good crowd. Everything was phenomenal.
I can't wait.
It's a nice ground.
I actually can't wait to go.
I want to go to
2
an
weeks.
Origin at Suncorp though, not just a normal
Suncorp?
game. Yeah,
That'll be cool.
I want to go to an Origin.
That'll be cool.
Origin at Suncorp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been to
but I'm not going to wear a blue shirt
No,
because I want to make it back out.
I've been to Lang Park, the old Lang Park with the timber palfa seats. I've been to where were they when the Broncos? I don't know.
Sorry, that's my cat.
They moved from Lang Park, and there was all that scaffolding and seating. Where was
They used to have, didn't they start at the time it was called ANZ Stadium back in 90?
Yeah.
They started in 88, but I think in 92 they started a brand new stadium. I'm not sure which one that is now, or if it was knocked down and rebuilt or not. I think it was called ANZ at the time.
Anyway,
I'm really going off memory.
And I've been.
Yeah, it was Paddo. Was it? No, Paddington.
Yeah,
was,
I went somewhere, and it wasn't in the city.
Yeah,
outside of the city when they were rebuilding the stadium they've got now. Anyway, and I've been to the new one, and let me tell you, the new one, I love.
so
it.
good.
I say Parramatta's the best one, but actually SFS is the best one now. But I love Parramatta Stadium because you're right over them, but you're even at Broncos, you're even more over them. You know what I mean? And I think it's a 60,000 seat. It's perfect size. Because what's SFS?
40
something. Yeah. It's really good. It's buzzing. You can you're right over them. I don't know. There's something about it.
You guys will like the sea bus one though. I know you've been there, Nick. But you'll like it because it's nice and open. It's accessible. Like it's really good.
I just love it's got this it's bright and it's just this nice feel about it. It's a really cool stadium.
I can't wait. On the Dolphins and the Titans, Max Plath will play Origin.
Gun player. He's a gun.
In 2 years he'll be an Origin.
Really good player.
Yeah, in 2 years he'll be an Origin player. And if the role model hasn't got the worst haircut in the world, who has?
Who's that?
The role model.
The role model.
Kafusi. He never got suspended.
Yeah, it's got. He's
did
got
so much rubbish for Melbourne, but never got suspended.
He's got a similar haircut to that.
I reckon Cotter's got a pretty questionable one at the moment.
No. Yeah, he's just got dreadlocks hanging off it.
I've never noticed.
Have a look next time.
I've never noticed.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Keeney got the 3 points, the fullback. Pereira, the winger, he loves his wingers. He got 2 points. And 1 point went to Pangai Jr. from the Dolphins.
Who apparently is going to follow Supercoach to South.
He's going to look good in
And didn't when he left Canterbury, didn't he say he hated Sydney? He couldn't wait to get out of there. Hates Sydney, but now he's back again after a year.
You can change your mind, can't you?
You can change it.
You can change his mind.
He hates Sydney and
couldn't wait to get out of there.
And he hated being told what to do by halfbacks and coaches.
That's it.
Oh,
wow.
That's it. Don will go sort him out.
Rounding off round 21, the Raiders 32-12 over the Rabbitohs down in Canberra.
Okay, this is easy. We'll go move really quick.
Yeah.
Two teams not very good at rugby league. Let's
move on. George. Give them some credit, man.
They're not very good at rugby league teams.
What's his name was good. The halfback, Fogarty, was good. Hudson Young had a blinder.
Actually, you know what I found out? I found out this. Hudson Young can only play when Fogarty's number 7.
He's a gun.
He just follows Fogarty everywhere, and he looks like an Origin player when he's with Fogarty. But
he's a good player.
Yeah, the rest. The
they're going to surprise you, mate. They're going to sneak into the 8.
He does it every year.
Do it, mate. We're surprised.
Ricky does it every year somehow.
They're on 24 points. So they're equal with 8th place. So they could get there. It's a typical Canberra thing. They always sneak in somehow.
For and against is terrible. You need for and against.
Did you catch this one, Tim?
Yeah. Is it Rapana or Rapana?
It used to be Rapana. Now he insists on being called Rapana. All these name changes like Papali'i.
I've got this soft spot for the Raiders. Just the crowd as well, how they do the clap and stuff. And, and I don't know if it was, I feel like Fogarty was the only one that did 100% conversions all round.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Not even Cleary, you got 100%.
No, that was Fogarty. Wasn't Fogarty kicking?
He goes the other
Yeah, he was 5 out of 5. But I like the Raiders. Rabbitohs, don't hate, but also Latrell Mitchell's in there. I was really happy when he wasn't, and that Queensland kid.
Can I ask you something? What do you think of Latrell Mitchell?
Apparently, he's really nice. Outside of NRL, socially and stuff. Yeah, just not a fan. Super arrogant.
Same.
Yeah.
Shit in here.
That's what
I
we
think
say.
he's more of an activist than he is a footy player, personally. But
Again, I probably look at it now with the lens of my boys look to these guys as role models. And yeah, you can do this celebration and everything else, but there's just a level of arrogance there, you know, because they fall really quickly from grace too if they get caught doing anything.
yeah,
He's no role model.
No.
There's no role model. The only thing Latrell's got when he decides to play rugby league, he's the most damaging ball runner in the game when he decides to do it.
Yeah.
The only other little small issue is that he affects 15 players around him, which I hate, but he does.
Yeah. And I think, because what happened with the coach? Obviously they got rid of him. Who's in now?
Oh no, we're talking about Dimitri.
so Ben Hornby's the
Hornby.
caretaker, but Bennett's going there next season.
Yeah. Because that kid, again, what did we say his name was?
The white headgear kid.
Right.
Jai Gray.
I was really hoping he could just stay in for a bit, you know, and Latrell was out for a little bit longer. Because he started to like kind of bed into his role and stuff, and it kind of changed my opinion of the team in that position as well.
You know what?
I'm not a South fan.
I'll tell you something. If Super Coach decides that what's his name?
Jai Gray.
Jai Gray is going to Jai Gray is going to be fullback, and if he decides that Latrell's going to play front row, Latrell's going to play front row.
Yeah.
Or he'll get introduced to the Reggie's coach. Super Coach will do it.
Yeah.
Trust me, he'll be playing number one.
Yeah. Oh, well, yep. If that's where he
We'll take him up here though. Like you guys, you know, they got
funny that, eh? We'll have him up here.
Yeah.
Love it.
We get the points on this one.
3 points went to Fogarty, 2 points went to Hudson Young, and 1 point went to Kolamatangi. And there was another game Newcastle had to buy. Kalen Ponga got 6 points for that one. Kalen Ponga always gets points.
He's going to get the
Dalium again.
Dalium again.
Poor guy.
Dalium again.
Jerome Hughes is going to be the culprit this time. He's going to miss out. God.
What's his name?
Sean Johnson last year. Now this year.
This year.
Jerome Hughes, a whole game, the whole season playing good footy.
6 points.
Ponga will play 5 games.
6 points.
So let's do a quick run through Crystal Ball. Upcoming round 22 this weekend, starting tomorrow. The Tigers at Leichhardt Oval against the Cowboys. I'm tipping the Cowboys.
I think everyone's tipping the Cowboys.
Yeah. We got to all go Cowboys here, I think.
George?
Who's playing Cowboys, isn't it?
Tigers
Tigers.
at Leichhardt.
That was a grand final in 2005 or something.
Yeah.
Tigers, yeah. No, Cowboys will win and win well. Where is it? Leichhardt?
Yeah.
That's a shame. Yeah. No, they'll win and win
It's a
well.
Thursday night.
The Thursday night?
Yeah.
It deserves to be a Thursday night, that game.
Friday night, Warriors at home against the Eels. I'm going to go the Warriors.
Raining?
It's a good question. I don't know. It's it's in New Zealand. Hang on. Yeah, no, it's in New Zealand.
Yeah, it is.
So you can assume it's going to be raining. You can assume it's going to be raining. I don't know.
Maybe Rick James has got too much hair gel. He doesn't like playing in the rain.
I love that. Rick James.
James. Got to be Warriors, mate. Sure.
Yeah.
What would you say, Warriors Eels?
Yeah.
Yeah, Warriors got to keep the roll going. But you know what? They won't find it easy.
10? Did you say Warriors? Did you tip? I can't remember.
I'm going to go Eels. I'm just going to be, only because sometimes when the Warriors have won one, they get really confident, and the second one they don't win. I know they're playing at home, but good chance it's raining. I want to support you two next, so I'm going to go Eels.
Thank you. Take it. Take it. After that, the Dolphins against the Roosters. That's going to be a tough one.
Playing in Perth too.
Yeah, I was going to say, where's HBF? Is that in Perth, is it?
Yeah.
No, they took it to Perth.
Nice and close.
Let's take our home game to Perth, Artie. Let's make sure we get 2 points. The home crowd will get right behind us.
That's it.
That's a weird one, though.
My tip just changed then.
Oh, George, it's only 4,000 supporters that go and watch him play anyway. So
I know.
I'll get more than that in Perth.
Oh, wait a minute. Roosters changed the game.
No, the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Dolphins
The
game.
Dolphins game.
Dolphins game.
So I thought I'll get full house there at Redcliffe.
Yeah, no, you're playing Perth. Dolphins.
So Jason Manu is back.
Yes,
Jason Manu,
superstar.
which is a big thing. But you know what? I'll tell you something that I know for a fact. When Wayne Bennett decides he's going to win this week, because he needs to win, he will win, and the Dolphins will win.
Yeah.
See, you're tipping the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
When Wayne Bennett
Big call.
says we're going to win today, we're going to win today. Simple as that. You know, we've seen it too many times.
I'm going Roosters. Are you going?
I'm going Roosters, mate. You know me.
Ten?
I'm going Dolphins.
Dolphins.
And then on Saturday, Gold Coast Titans against the Broncos. Here's another tough one for you.
We're
I
at.
reckon Tan's going to win that game.
I think so too.
Me. It's a
Hmm.
it's a rough crowd when they play at Seabus,
Yeah.
like local rough.
Yeah.
A lot of influence on what happens. I have to go Broncos, but
I'm going to go the Broncos. Yeah, I'm going to go the Broncos. They'll bounce back. George?
I'm going to say the Broncos with limited confidence because I can see Thing doing his homework on Desi doing his homework, but I'm going to go Broncos. I'll go Broncos. They got to win. They got to win.
They've got to win.
They got to win.
If
They
they lose this
absolutely
one,
have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is their season on the line.
if they lose this one,
Wow.
Flight Centre on Monday, get their tickets for the off-season
I
Bali
reckon-
trip.
yeah.
I think.
I
Yeah,
reckon,
go on.
I reckon Flight Centre now.
well, Pierre Coura's playing this week. Just looking at it now, and Reynolds and Mariner are cleared to play as well.
Oh,
They're
okay.
more comfortable as well. Obviously, it should be comfortable because it's Suncorp, but I reckon they'll go all right. I'll wave to you guys when they show me on the screen.
Be watching. Storm Dragons down in Melbourne. That's easy.
Apparently, there's a stat here. Storm haven't beaten the Dragons since 48 weeks. So that's or something. I don't know. They're going to say something like that. It's obvious. Storm.
Storm.
You can't go.
Yeah,
I noticed
40
ma-
plus.
George.
mass changes. I noticed.
For
Match
who?
changes
For who?
for the
St.
Dragons.
George, yeah.
I don't know if it's going to matter.
We brought Sloan back in. That's about it.
Sloan's back in. How about all these all the ins? Sloan, Couchman, Raviala.
Who's Couchman?
Ravioli.
Ravioli.
Ravioli there.
He's gone, mate. He'll be
King,
gone.
Oh,
Who?
Bird. You know what I mean? Some other guy, Connor something or other.
Well, they
Anyway,
got-
That's the
Hey,
pension
Artie,
fund, mate. I don't know
Artie,
where you got Bird and all that.
They got Couchman.
Couchman's good.
You know Couchman,
Future.
right?
Future.
You know who he is?
Couchman.
Yeah, he's the son of Mr.
Couchman,
Couchman.
yeah.
The best, mate. The two brothers. They're twins,
I don't
identical
know.
twins.
Storm.
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 It's
win
really
and-
a
and Storm.
Hmm.
easiest pick of the week.
I can't believe we spent that long on it.
Exactly.
Sharkies, Rabbitohs down at Shark Park.
Shark Park.
Sharks.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Sharks, yeah, I think.
Yeah, two teams not very good at rugby league, so Sharks are a little bit better than the
Tanya?
Rabbitohs.
yeah, Sharks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharks
Next
are
one.
the bottom 8 bullies, mate. They'll win by 30, 40 plus here. They always do. And then
Maybe.
when they play someone's good, they
Lose by 40 plus.
Exactly.
Panthers Knights.
Oh,
in
wow.
Penrith.
Did you see the image I sent you on Instagram, Artie?
You sent me something I can't remember.
Are you,
The-
are you actually using Instagram now? Yeah?
Well, I saw something.
What was it,
and
George?
This is a big step forward.
Another soul will be taken on
The soul
another
taken.
toll will be taken on Sunday 2:00. They'll be they're playing at Penrith, so they'll be putting another in their trophy room. They'll be putting another soul,
yeah,
a,
for
night,
sure.
a night's soul.
George calls Penrith the soul takers.
Yeah, agree.
Just the way they play.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
When you go home, it's a soul.
Maybe because
It's a thing taking the soul.
they've got a Dementor kind of black, jersey, weary, manifests all the evil. Poor Knights.
The Penrith it
Yeah,
is.
brutal
Whatever
one.
happens, Ponga's going to get 6 stadium
6
points.
points.
anyway.
6
They've already
points,
put it
6
in.
points,
They've
yeah.
already locked it in.
Ponga 6 points. Ponga
Locked
6
it.
points.
And the doggies,
This
George.
This is a good
The
game.
doggies against, they're at Belmore.
Yeah, look, I don't believe it's
Right.
going to be a good
It's
game.
gonna
Playing against the Raiders.
Yeah, look,
cracker.
Full House has been sold out over the weekend. Full House at Belmore. Dogs will win and they'll win 13 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard you say that in like over 2 years.
Is that because well, obviously going to go the dogs. Is that because Adokat's back?
Okay,
Is he back, is
Not back.
he?
No,
No.
not back.
Oh, I thought he was back.
I think he's no, not back yet. He's back very soon, but
That's a shame.
very soon. You know what? He's been named. I'm wrong. Thank you, Tanya. I'm wrong. He's been named.
Oh,
He's
he's
going to
back.
play. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. He's on. He's in.
Oh,
Okay.
I tipped the
Wil-
Raiders until I
Wilson-
saw that earlier. but anyway.
Wilson's on the extended
I think-
bench.
Belmore's a really spiritual home ground for the Dogs, and they don't play there very often anymore. So they usually lift when they play there.
When's the last time Canberra won there?
Probably last year.
Last year.
Last year.
No, if you look at the record, the Dogs' record isn't that good at Belmore.
No, it isn't.
I'm going Raiders.
The Dogs record.
I
is
tipped the
good anyway
Raiders,
last
but
few years.
you know,
Tip
in case I'm at
I was going Raiders.
George, you don't want to offend.
No, don't offend
Nah,
me.
go
The
Raiders.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Raiders.
Raiders.
The Raiders.
Hudson Young
I
is
just-
going to carve you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
up. Hudson Young, gun.
I just got this thing for Hudson Young, and I have
He's a good
two.
player.
I like Hudson Young. He's awesome.
I'm not saying he's not a good player, but the question is he a good Origin player?
When he gets more than 10 minutes on the field, maybe we'll know.
Well, we've seen if he enjoys it, he's not.
10 minutes when they were 12 men or something. And then he's like, "Ah, not good. See you later." Like, what?
And
What was that about?
Manly have the bye. Can you give us an update on the tips on our little
Our
tipping?
tips? Yeah. Well, we all got 5 last week.
Okay.
So all got 5.
how
So
did I get 5?
you got 5, man. You picked Dolphins to beat Titans. You picked Rabbitohs to pick Raiders. And you picked Broncos to beat the Dogs.
Yeah. Okay.
You tip different to us than what you tip in your other comps. That's
Yeah.
why.
I told you about that. Okay,
5-5.
Yeah.
So 84, me, Nick and George, you got to catch us, mate. You got 4 behind.
I'm
We're on
gone.
80.
I'm gone. It's over.
I'm coming to
It's
get
over.
you next week. You're
It's
gone.
over. It's over.
Well, we got the chance with Raiders Bulldogs because I think we've gone the same everywhere else.
Ask Artie.
Oh, not much.
So
from me,
Tanya,
mate.
this is a little Ask Artie segment we have here.
Well,
Mhm.
it's a little segment
You
here.
never
Look,
know what's coming.
it's the
so-
Cornelius Awards. So these are our
Can-
favourite
can
florist.
You guys tell Tanya who
So,
Cornelius is?
Cornelius owns a florist over at Neutral Bay, and he gives his flower awards. So, what's your best game of the round, guys? So, I'll go around the table. We already know Tanya's game of the round. It was the Cowboys. You love that game. Do you guys?
Yeah.
We should put that as the game of the round.
I got the Dogs.
You got the Dogs game.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're outstanding. I enjoyed every second of it.
I liked
I like the Roosters.
the
one.
Roosters Manly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to pick that one.
I'm pulling teeth.
But yeah, look, let Cornelius give all the awards for those 3. What about your best team of the round? Which team stood out this week?
I'll give it the Bulldogs. That performance is pretty steep.
Doggies for me.
Yeah.
Doggies.
Tanya?
I said Cowboys because they lost to two guys and you
Mm.
barely saw a difference.
They were good, actually.
And it was against the top 4
They
side.
were good. They were good. They were good.
Mhm.
Drinky
Yeah.
was outstanding, actually.
That's true.
Gee, I like watching Drinky play.
We'll have Dogs and the Cowboys as our 2 teams in. All the Cornelius. There's a lot of flowers for Cornelius.
Yeah.
He's probably going to go to the cemetery and pinch something. You know, what about the worst team of the comp? Well, that was Dragons for me. That was awful. Broncos, I don't know that.
Oh, I reckon Broncos.
I
You
was,
reckon
I
Broncos?
was disappointed in the Broncos. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
had nothing to play for. So that's my worst team in the round.
Worst team? What about best player of the round? Who stood out to you guys?
Question.
Why not?
Connor Tracy for you? I had Nathan Cleary. That's mine. Tanya?
No.
Tedesco? No. That's definitely not.
I go
Oh,
Jerome.
I'll say Carl Felt because
Carl
he just
Feltz. There,
Yay.
killed it.
there you go. Now, Cornelius picked the highlight of the round.
Mm.
He saw something that he really enjoyed.
Is that a pass me the
No.
no.
He really enjoyed how the referee sent Elliot Whitehead off on the last second. The actual siren was going off, and he decided to put him in the sin bin. Did you see that part?
No.
That was his highlight. He goes, "Why would you bother sending a guy to the sin bin while the siren's going
Yeah.
full time?"
Don't
You
start
didn't
me on,
notice it?
don't start me on refs.
Anyway, that
Don't
was his
start me
highlight
on
of the
the
round. He
refs.
thought that was
Don't start me on the
fantastic.
refs.
He thought it was great. Now, a couple of notes. Apparently, Bulldogs signing continues, mate. They bought some more.
Who they born now?
They brought Janet from the Roosters. She's going to look after the canteen. John the gardener from Penrith. He's going to be cutting the grass. Josh the cleaner will be from the Tigers. He'll be cleaning the toilets. And Sebastian from Manly will be doing the media. So you guys,
Can we get him under
you guys don't buy no one local. It's always from other clubs. No one local.
As long as it works.
As long
Hey,
as it works.
Phil Good comes in. We're going to focus this club.
On juniors,
development.
youngsters.
Next
That's it.
thing, they've signed 28 players.
Utility players.
Utility. Sachin apparently picked up Stefano the other day.
Stefano.
Yeah, he said,
So, by the
he said
way, Sachin is our Uber driver.
he's a Uber driver.
Nice.
So he picked up Stefano, asked him where he wanted to go.
Yeah.
He said anywhere but Campbelltown and Leicester. So he doesn't want to go nowhere near those two clubs. So not happy there. And the last one, Melbourne's tactics are going to go up a notch this week.
Up a notch this week.
Yep.
Well, what are we
Cobra
doing
Kai starts, mate. Bellamy's going to get some
Yeah.
new tips from his mate John Crease. Bellamy loves with John Crease. They're very similar.
I've
similar.
already watched the first 5 episodes.
Think what are your
I-
thoughts of that, Cobra Kai?
I find it hard to see how John Crease is a fugitive. Sorry, Tanya, I don't know if you watch Cobra Kai or not. He's a fugitive who
Yeah.
escaped prison, yet he's in South Korea training students in the bush.
Yeah, yeah.
How he gets a fugitive, right?
Nah,
He's being hunted down by anyway.
I like how these
The show?
men,
Maybe.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. It's
Cobra
a
Kai.
spin-off from Karate Kid. But I like how there's 50-year-old men who want to win a tournament for a school karate tournament. Like that's
Yeah.
their only ambition in the whole life.
Man, I don't know if you guys get into like the international like because I grew up on kung fu movies, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you watched it, you need to watch Bloodhounds on Netflix.
Bloodhounds.
No, I haven't seen it.
If you watch the trailer after this, 3 minutes,
Bloodhounds. Okay.
change your life.
Well,
It is.
There you
if you
go.
if you hang around, we're going to talk about what we're watching.
Yeah,
what we're recommending.
So the next segment is it'll be interesting actually to get because we never know what's coming here. We don't tell each other because that's what makes it interesting, right?
I didn't do the power ranking, so I'll just go quickly through the power ranking. So
Yeah.
at the moment, we've got the Storm first, Panthers second, Roosters third, and Sharks fourth. Do you agree that they're the 4 best sides in the
I
comp
don't
at the
agree with
moment?
the Sharks being
No.
fourth.
Who would you who
Yeah.
up in place of the Sharks?
Doggies.
Dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
It'd
say
have to
on
be.
form, yeah.
it'd
on
have to be the
form,
Dogs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So the bottom part of the 8 is the Bulldogs, Cowboys, Seagulls, and then Dolphins. Do you think they should stay in the 8, or would you move anyone from the bottom up and remove someone out? Like we've got the Raiders who are equal with, and Dragons equal with Dolphins. But
I think if you're not in the 8, there's a reason you're not in
Yeah.
the 8. So
That's
to
the
be there.
bottom. The bottom four's right.
so you reckon the top 8 settled? Would you
I think so.
Yeah?
I
I
think
Yeah.
do 1 or 2 changes, but it's
at this stage? You think it's
at this stage, yes.
the
because-
deserved winner? The top
Yeah,
8?
yeah.
I-
I wouldn't
Mhm.
complain if this was the 8 that went through. Yeah.
Fair enough. That's it for me, mate.
that's it for you.
Over to you, Georgie.
Tidbits.
Tidbits. So
This is usually non-footy, Tan. So
this is the fun part of the show,
Yes.
Tanya.
All fun. Great.
So we talk a little bit of movies, talk a little bit of music, and I'm going to ask the boys and all the panel the top 5 top biopics.
Biopics.
Music. Yeah.
NWA.
Yes. Straight out of Compton.
Straight Outta
Number
Compton, mate.
2.
Good.
Straight out of Compton.
Up on that.
Shout out, Tanya. We can hear you. Shout out when you got something for me.
Yes. yes,
So
yes.
top 5, I've got more. Top 5 biopics, Straight Outta Compton, one of my favorites as well. There's a
Queen. It's got to be Queen.
Queen,
Bohemian
yes,
Rhapsody.
Bohemian
Oh,
Rhapsody. Yes.
Can I?
That's on the
interrupt this,
list.
guys. You know me,
Mm-hmm.
right? So my pet hates.
Okay.
Right. So I love music,
Yes.
right? But what I hate about these movies is how inaccurate they are.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
So Bohemian Rhapsody was a great film, but
Great.
it was full of so many inaccuracies.
Very
They-
inaccurate.
They were recording their album in '74, but they were playing a song which came out in '78. I could bore everyone to death, but
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that with a passion, because you know what? It doesn't tell the story the way it happened. It doesn't take anything away from it.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about it. But anyway,
Okay, so number 2 was Straight Out of Compton. Number 4 or 5 there was Bohemian Rhapsody. We've got a legend
Elton John?
singer. Yes, Elton John, Rocket Man.
I'm gonna roll today.
Rocket Man,
Wow.
number 6 or 7 there. We've got a
Is there a
famous singer.
DJ
who-
Bobo movie?
DJ Bobo,
No,
not in the
it's
list.
not.
Not
What
in the
about? There's
list.
got to be an Elvis.
Elvis, number 1.
It's gotta
Best,
be Elvis.
best
You
biopic.
can't do it
Best
without
biopic.
Elvis.
Best
It's a
biopic.
Okay.
There's a singer who didn't have any vision. Tanya,
Stevie Wonder.
close.
Ooh.
Singer
You
who-
literally mean no vision. You guys keep going. I'm observing this. I'm trying to figure out what you guys are doing.
Blind guy.
Why-
Blind guy.
why- If it wasn't Stevie Wonder, then who was it?
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles,
Oh,
yes,
Ray
on the
Charles.
list.
Before my time.
On the list. There was a young woman who lived in London who played sort of jazzy, popish music. She had a tragic story with drugs. One of my
Whitney
favorite
Houston?
singers. Nearly
Oh.
close. No cigar.
I know
She
who you're
doesn't live
talking
in
about.
London.
Jeez.
Let me tell you, when I first heard this album, I was in tears.
What year are we talking about?
Just now.
Just now, mate.
Oh,
What's her
10,
name,
15
man?
years ago.
Oh, Winehouse.
Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
Back to
Is
black.
she 20, was she 27 Club, Winehouse? You know the 27 Club thing?
I
Yeah,
think
you
she
know,
was.
Jim Morrison and
I think she
Jen-
was.
I'm not sure if she was, but I know that Slash from Guns N' Roses popped a boatload of shit after Amy Winehouse died because he made a joke. Like, it's not funny, but it kind of is. He made a joke like a week later. He said she's been straight for a week now.
No.
Heard that, yeah.
Not wrong.
That's
Not
Slash,
wrong.
right?
Not wrong.
Right.
Not wrong.
Wow.
And to cap off the list, we have a country star who had, let's say, a lot of issues.
Willy Wonka. That's a musical.
Willy Wonka,
No.
a musical, but not a country star.
Walk.
Walk the
The
line.
Line.
You know, that's my
Johnny
favorite
Cash.
movie. You know, that's
Johnny
my
Cash,
favorite
it's
movie.
a great movie.
Okay. Something a little bit easier, and this is for Nick, more so for
For
anyone.
me,
Top rock songs from Rolling Stone magazines. The top 5 top rock songs.
Rock songs.
Rock songs.
Rolling-
or
Rolling
I'm
Stone.
still sitting back here.
Rolling Stone magazine. Rolling Stone magazines is something that is just appeals to aging hippies. But come on, let's go for it. All right.
let's go. Okay. There's one of my favorite, number one is one of my favorite singers, big in the early 70s, sort of made a genre. Spaceman, this and that.
David Bowie.
David
Yeah.
Bowie, yes, Starman is the song. Okay, then there's on the list is the same
You said rock songs, right?
rock songs.
I
Yeah,
know
rock
David
songs.
Bowie's not exactly.
Yeah, I
rock.
know, but you're not going to get the songs, maybe. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah. So if you tell me the singer, I'll pass it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I wasn't thinking David Bowie when you said rock. That's
Okay.
the only thing.
I know.
It's got the
Okay, right.
space. When he said the space
yeah,
thing, that was
Yeah.
sort of.
Okay, I won't elaborate. Songs, and they're pretty big
Alright.
songs. These they're pretty
Okay.
songs, pretty big songs.
What's next? Oh, you want me to guess?
Where?
From what?
Bet rock songs, top rock songs.
Stairway to Heaven? It's not
Same
rock.
band, another song.
Communication Breakdown.
I'm not familiar with that song, but
Led
no.
Zeppelin.
Yeah, no, close. Zeppelin song, yes, Zeppelin song.
Whole Lot of Love.
Whole lot of love. Number
Alright.
2 on the list, Nicola. Thank you very much. There's a Queen song on here, the most famous one.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody, number 3 on the list, Nicola. Thank you very much. We have someone from the 50s, a guitar player, black.
Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry, Johnny B. Good. Thank you. And to finish off,
Wait,
this is an early 90s band, the first grunge band.
Nirvana. I can't stand Nirvana.
Mm.
Teen
It
Spirit.
was
Yeah.
like Team
Sorry.
Spirit.
It
What-
is a very popular song. It was.
Look, no, it's a good song, but you know they were around for 5 minutes, and I just think they get a lot of. It's like because Kurt Cobain killed himself, Nirvana changed music, but the reality is Nirvana came in when the hair bands were going out. The big hair and the makeup and all that shit was on its way out in the 90s anyway. And if people might forget, and I might sound biased here, but grunge music was a pile of shit. So I don't know if you like what I'm saying. Grunge music was, I grew up on rock and roll that was, you know why I love Kiss? Because it's a stage show, right? It's a show, you know? Grunge music, they made it cool to walk out on stage in jeans and t-shirts, sitting on stools, just going, here's our next song, here's our next song. And everyone forgets that it, after a couple of years, disappeared.
I'm with
Yeah.
you all the way. I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of Nirvana. We have a song of the week, Tanya. So I didn't pick one this week because I know you're coming on.
Good. So you're like,
Yeah.
good. All right.
Have you got you're for sure. Are you a sherbet girl or a Skyhook girl?
Sherbet or
We-
Skyhook? What?
we-
Don't tell me you're an AC/DC.
No.
Skyhook.
We-
Sherbet.
No, Scott. Horror movie.
We had the pod every week with a song. So you're going to pick the song this
Yeah.
week.
So have you got a
It
favorite
has
band,
to
favorite
be-
song?
Whatever you
It
want.
has so every time. So when I go to Sydney and we go for dinner, even if we're not in a karaoke bar, I'm going to make you guys sing this. And the reason why I love this song because I'm Mum's Spanish fellow, and I'll start telling the story and see if you guys know the band. So the guy, like the lead singer, goes off and does his own thing, finds whatever journey he was going down, and the band's in the Philippines, and they're sitting in a bar, and they're like, "Oh gosh, we really need to find this singer." Like they're chatting and stuff, and then they hear a guy do the perfect rendition of one of their most famous songs, and he ends up Pinada ends up being the lead singer of the band. Do you guys know who that is?
I thought you were talking about Van Halen until you said the Philippines. So I don't know.
No, the
Neda.
Journey.
Neda.
Who?
Pineda.
a
Yeah,
band.
so the
No.
Journey. So my song always, because I made some people sing it on the weekend, is Don't Stop Believing.
Journey. Oh, Journey. I thought,
Yeah.
I thought you were saying someone's journey. You're talking about Journey.
The
band.
Yeah.
Steve
I did put
Perry.
a Journey
Yeah.
reference in there, but I've got a karaoke machine. Every Filipino or half should have one.
Steve Perry,
Everyone
right?
wants to sing it.
Steve Perry.
Yeah. So he left, and then
got
it's
that.
such a honestly, this guy was
How
poor.
did he leave? Did he leave the
Yeah,
band?
he went on for a
Hmm.
solo career.
So all the hits were still Journey's hits, the ones that I know.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah.
Don't
But
Stop
he-
Believing and
But
That's
Philo's
believing.
they're perfect mimics.
I've got
So
that.
he
That's-
sounds like him.
That's the song
Hmm.
at the last episode of The Sopranos.
yeah.
The
Okay,
ending,
good.
yeah.
I thought she was going to say, how's that? I was convinced, how's that? But anyway,
How's that?
sure.
Oh.
Sure, how's that? Anyway, thank you, Tanya. So at the end of the pod, Don't Stop Believing from Journey will be tacked on, so you can hear.
There you
I'll
go.
make her hear the whole. Go through the whole 2 hours.
Does that mean you're going to make me sing it at Bentley's?
Don't stop
Yeah.
believing?
Yeah. I sing it everywhere.
Good.
Super League Nicola, and what a round. Warrington played Wigan for the 3rd time this year, Nicola, and
Yeah.
Wigan had won the past 2 occasions and won quite handsomely. But on this occasion, Big Sam, I don't know, he's becoming an outstanding coach by the looks of it.
You
'Cause,
know, Sam Burgess is coaching Warrington. Sam, yeah.
Yeah.
Warrington scored 40 points and Wigan only scored 4. And that was, wow, I can't even believe that. That was an absolute bashing. Lee Leppert's the pod's team, the team with the ugliest
ugliest
jersey in the world,
Yeah, in rugby.
played St. Helens. And once again, I haven't seen a performance like this from St. Helens since never. Because Lee scored 40 and Saint scored only 4. So
That's crazy.
I don't know what's
That's
happening there.
crazy,
I've
man.
got no idea. Catalans on their winning ways. Nicola, they scored 24. Hull FC scored 16.
Brad Upston?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll go to Brad Upper's team.
Oh, okay.
Salford scored 30. Castleford 22. Hull KR 40. Of course, London, they're going to be kicked out of the comp. 16. Nicola, Brad Arthur's first victory.
I thought it was Hull. Where did he go to?
He went to Leeds.
Oh, Leeds.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yes, Brad Arthur's first victory, Nicola, got him on the run. Leeds 34, Huntersfield 6. And look at this interesting table. Sam's team, Nicola, Warrington coming first with 28.
Wow.
Hull
Pretty impressive.
KR, I don't know where they've come from, 28.
Ooh.
Wigan,
Sorry.
That's okay.
Wigan 28. 3-way tie for first, so for and against. Sam's team's coming first. Then Catalans 24, the Red Devils 24, Saints 22, and in trouble.
What's happening there?
I don't know. I've got no idea. They're playing shocking.
And is Tristan Saylor going?
Tristan Saylor is his last week in, and then he's on a plane.
This-
He's leaving the Broncos.
Yeah, he's going
I
straight.
like Tristan
straight
Saylor.
over.
I hope he kills it, man. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
know
really?
that?
They haven't utilised him.
Did
Yeah.
you know that Tristan's going to
No.
St. Helens?
But they haven't utilised him though, in the Broncos.
Yeah,
Mm.
They were earlier in the season. He was doing real well.
Yeah.
So Saints are 22, and I put this in for us Leeds, which is Brad Arthur's team, coming 7th with 20. You know what? He's got a chance to put Leeds, which is a basket
Been
case.
there for 2 weeks.
He's got a chance, but
Yeah.
to move him into the top 6.
Better than he did with Parrot.
He did better than Parrot, absolutely. I'm gonna speak for the first time. NRLW, Tanya, you were around the NRLW.
I haven't been following it as much because it's a commitment, right?
It's a commitment.
It's just adding to, you know, it's a long weekend. Got to take the kids out and do something.
You got to have a life outside.
The calendar, the rugby league calendar at the moment is really, really saturated. I honestly believe in the next 5 years, the women will be moved to the summer to get clean air. Once their ratings go up, they're not quite there yet. The origin it was well over 1 million viewers, so everybody's happy with that. But the weekend,
didn't the Eels win the women's?
Thank you very much. On the Thursday night, Tanya, the Knights played the Roosters, and what a game! What a game! I haven't seen a game such quality for women. Never.
Did the Eels win?
The Eels did win, but I'm talking about the Knights and the Roosters now.
He's like, I'm going to take any win at this point.
The Knights 12, Roosters 10. The Sharks 14, the Cowboys or the Cowgirls, that's the Cowboys 0. You know what? I think the Sharks are a good team. I think the Sharks are going to be a good team this year.
Yeah.
And here it is. The Eels 22, the Broncos 10. Broncos.
We beat the Broncos.
Yeah, the Broncos started. They went up to Brisbane, Nicola, with a mission.
I actually had no idea.
The Eels, a big physical team. I'm in love with the fullback Church, Abel Church. She's a gun. We had something unique in this game.
A punch being thrown. I saw it on TV.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yep. We had a brawl and punches were thrown. The girls were sin binned, and by the sounds of it, they're going to be suspended between 6 and 8 weeks. Yeah,
ooh, that's a lot. That's their season.
Well, you can't throw a punch.
No, but isn't the season 8 weeks?
8 weeks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because that was first round. Yeah, nine rounds.
Yeah. So what I've concluded from this game is the future Greek immortal, the coach, is not only going to be a future Greek immortal, but he'll be in the Hall of Fame for coaching as well.
Who is he?
Georgialis.
Steve Georgialis.
Stevie Georgialis.
God.
There you go, mate. Future Greek immortal.
Future Greek immortal. Look, he might even take the understudy's job.
I warned you. I'm surrounded by the Greek variety.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know that I found the name, by the way, for their new coach.
What?
The understudy.
The understudy.
Yeah. So he might actually take the understudy's job one day. Who knows? The Titans 18, the
Dragons.
the unlucky Dragons 10.
Did you watch that game?
I did watch that game.
Does he ever not watch every game?
I think the Titans were outstanding. I think the Titans are poised for another run to the grand final. They're really looking good.
Are they the?
Yeah, because they're at Seabus this weekend, Titans.
Seabus this week, yeah. That was the grand final last year.
They won the grand final last year.
No.
Oh, who was it? They were in the grand final.
Newcastle.
That's
right. Newcastle are outstanding. Newcastle is way ahead of everybody. Sure. The Titans, they've got this massive, mean pack. Half of them are the Origin team.
Oh, okay.
They're a very good team. And the Raiders 32, which are very, very good. And the Paul West Tigers, Nicola.
It's the same thing for the women, is it?
Yeah.
West Tigers can't win anything.
Can't win.
Jeez.
You know what? They tried Monopoly.
By the fire,
You know what? They played Monopoly.
What's happening?
In the off-season, they lost Monopoly too.
I would hate to man.
I don't.
Come on, Tigers.
Tanya,
something.
Tanya, because I knew you'll come in on I Review a Season. And this season, this might ring a bell, 2017. Does it ring a bell? Okay, 2017, it was the 110th season of NRL, Nicola, 16-team competition. And the top point scorer was, close your ears, please, Tanya, Nathan Cleary with 228 points. The top try scorer was Josh Adokar.
A lot of conversions that year.
He must have. And Dalian player was?
Kalaponga.
Cameron's.
No. Who was Cameron Smith?
Cameron Smith.
Yeah,
Cameron
of
Smith.
course.
The season started off in New Zealand, Nicola, with the Auckland Nines. The Roosters defeated the Panthers. Followed up by the All-Star game, Nicola. And then we had, of course, the World Club Championship with Wigan defeating the Sharks.
Yeah.
Bloody fucking.
Oh, I was at that grand final, Sharks Melbourne.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was in the box.
Oh, that's right. You told me.
I had the
Yeah.
yeah, I was in the suite. That was pretty good.
Did was Flano in that part of Cronulla in
You
that
know-
game,
you
or was
know
he
what?
sacked then?
I got it wrong. Melbourne
What?
won this year.
2017,
Melbourne
2016.
Which team was Storm and
Sorry.
Boys
Melbourne
in
won.
Sydney.
Yeah, the
No,
Sharks won
Sharks
in
won the-
2016.
Yeah, but they won the
20
club challenge because it was before
Yeah, no,
the actual comp.
Yeah, but 2017 Melbourne
Because
beat the Cows.
Storm and Cowboys.
Melbourne beat the Cows.
Sydney.
But you
I
shouldn't
was
have
thinking
Yeah.
of something else. Sorry,
Come
I
on,
didn't.
mate.
Say. Anyway,
You're going to get the Egyptian, the only Egyptian
know,
cowboy
I
sport in the
know.
world, and you're going to remind him of
I
that.
know.
That's sad.
I know.
That's sad.
What have I done? Sorry, I apologize. I
One
got it
less
wrong.
listener this week.
One less listener.
Anyway,
We also
sorry,
had
George.
we also had an Anzac Test, and we also had a City Country, and that was the last year we had an Anzac Test,
Oh,
and the
okay.
last year we had a City Country. No more. The top 8 was Melbourne on 44, the Roosters on 38.
44.
Yeah, had a good year that year, right?
Wow.
Parramatta on 36. See you in the final there. The Sharks 36. Manly 34. Penrith was 30. And you know what?
So that's how they finished, 36 points, whatever it was. And that's what Melbourne's on now. And we're
Mhm.
21.
No, wait a second.
Close to 50.
No, but there is an extra buy this year.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, true.
right.
I was going to say. Yeah, sorry, George.
And the Cows were
And there was
30.
that buys back then. So, yeah, 6 bonus points.
Cows were 30. I think we went to that game, didn't we, Nickel?
Which one?
The Cowboys Para game.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah, it's one we lost.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Of
And
course.
and
Thanks for reminding me.
the Cowboys. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's happening here, George?
I'm doing really well. I'm doing really, really well. Anyway, the grand final was between Melbourne and the Cowboys, and of course, Melbourne won 34-6. And I buffed this up grandly. Everything. Does anyone remember anything about this season?
Yeah, I just remember losing.
Any grand final Melbourne was in is painful, mate. Especially the ones that they won.
So,
Yeah.
so this is easy. This segment I buffed up really badly. So let's move on. The player in review. The player in review. And I need feedback here. Martin of Fire.
Oh, the Chariots.
The Chariots.
Chariots.
Chariots of Fire.
I've got one thing.
I know, and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Were you there?
No, you know what?
Was it
I was
Wednesday night?
supposed to. No, it was a Friday night.
Friday night. Sorry.
I was It was 1992.
Yeah.
Right. So Great Britain were doing a tour of Australia, and you know they play the club teams in between the.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, it's 1992. As an Eels fan, you'll take whatever you can get. Not much has changed.
Yeah.
They played Parramatta at Parramatta Stadium on a Friday night, and there was a bunch of us that were going. I was in year 12. There was a bunch of us that were going, but I couldn't go because Mum fell and broke her shoulder that afternoon. So I was at the hospital, so I didn't end up going. But before the game, Martin of Fire, do you remember Martin of Fire?
Yeah.
He was at the time known as the fastest man in rugby league.
Yeah.
Now, Parramatta had a team of Neville nobodies, but there was a player called Lee Odenryan who was super fast. So before the game, they organised a full field sprint between O'Fire and Odenryan,
Yeah.
and Odenryan won.
Yeah.
And Para won the game, and it's the only club team that beat Great Britain on that tour. I know it's not much to hang on to.
No.
Cut me some slack.
No.
Was the win recorded though, or was it like Flash and Superman? Hey, you never find out.
No, you can look.
You can look it up.
I hope. No, I'm
gotta be on
going-
YouTube.
I'm going off.
It's gotta
memory.
be on YouTube.
I'm going to look at it now. I don't
Yeah.
remember the score, but keep talking.
So this is the only way I can describe Martin of Fire. Okay. He played 145 games for Witness, and he scored 181 tries. He played 12 games for the Roosters, and he scored 9 tries.
Yeah.
He played 14 games for the Dragons, and he scored 11 tries.
Yeah.
He played 159 games for Wigan, and he scored 186 tries.
Wow.
He played 48 games for Broncos. For London Broncos. Now, this is on his declined. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's an old man now. He scored 36 tries, and then we had nothing else to give. He went to Salford. So Salford then was the western suburbs.
Yep.
Like,
Can I
nothing.
interject for a second?
Yes.
The whole game's on YouTube.
I'll go to
Para won 22 to 16.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. And I remember.
So
So we should get his son out here. I was just looking, who's 18.
Mhm.
Maybe find a fast Eels player to just race him and then set the
Yeah,
record
yeah.
I
again.
don't think there is one. I don't think there is
Jared's got a son.
I don't
You
think
can borrow like another one from another team.
There you
See how,
go.
see how desperate things get when you don't win, right? Yeah, hang on.
Oh,
We
Oh,
won
the Eels will be
with the
fine.
Nines a few years ago, and they took it off us for salary cap.
Look, the girls are winning.
the
Well,
girls.
they,
Yeah,
no,
girls-
wait a second. You told me. What did they do last season?
Yeah, look, they didn't win a game last year.
They didn't win a game.
We done a
They
tough.
beat Broncos.
Yeah,
Last-
we're on top of the table. On top of the table, Nicola. One
You
week.
take that. That's great. This is a moment in time.
NRLW all
I
the
got
way
nothing.
for
I
me.
got nothing.
Nothing. I'm
You got
Um,
Zach Lomax next year. So that's a good thing.
I got nothing.
What's that?
They got Zach Lomax, so they won
They
that
got Zach
signature.
Lomax, they got
Yeah,
Lomax.
still dirty about it.
And we'll see how Rolls goes. Yeah.
And at Salford, he played 45 games and scored 23 tries.
He was a
Does-
machine.
Does
He was
anyone
so
remember
fast.
Chariots?
He was.
I love
Oh,
dynamic. He was
fire.
great.
Wasn't he the original Pearl?
He was
No,
original-
No.
Sorry. He was the Black Pearl,
The Black Pearl.
which
original
you
Black-
wouldn't be able to call him
You
that
can't
today.
say that now.
But-
No.
No, but he was the Black Pearl. Steve Renoff was the Pearl.
I thought the Blackpool was the other guy, the guy that Canterbury took out.
No, that's Ellery Henley.
Ellery Henley.
Hillary, I thought he was the Black
Oh,
Pearl.
yeah, he
Was he the Black Pearl?
Yeah, he was the Black
Yeah.
Pearl.
So what was that fire there?
Chariots.
Chariots.
Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire.
Okay, I got that one.
He was
The Black Pearl was, yeah.
you know what? He had this innate ability to beat a tackle. So he was very quick. He was extremely quick, but just to be quick is not enough in rugby league. He was a rugby league player. Had a swerve, he had a step, but
Yeah.
what he had is blinding, like Reece Walsh, blinding
Yeah,
acceleration. Okay, and he can actually beat a tackle. And when I say stats, like he played 145 games and scored 181 tries. That's better
Yeah.
than a game. That's
Yeah.
better than a try a game. So
Yeah.
who? When?
Mm.
So I enjoyed Chariots. You played for St. George. Did you ever watch him?
It was great, man. Yeah, he scored some really good long range tries. Dynamic. When you gave him the ball out wide, he'd beat you. He'd just burn you. So yeah, it's fantastic to watch. But a winger, mate. He was just a winger, just waiting for the ball,
Yeah.
catching a cold when he got it.
Those days, yeah, wingers used to hang around rugby league players. I know.
Mm.
How about his one? Best Olympic moment, Nicola. Can be soccer.
So was shit in the Olympics. Right? Muhammad Ali.
Did he play Olympics? Olympics?
You
Yeah?
kidding? Yeah,
What year?
1960.
Okay.
No, 1950. Whatever it was, he won the gold
Okay,
medal.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Adi?
He might have to come back to me, mate. I'm still thinking, but there's quite a few. You got to say Kathy Freeman when she won that.
Freeman?
That brought the
Yeah.
whole world alive, mate.
Yeah.
Everyone was right behind her, so it was fantastic. From an Australian point of view, yeah.
I'm going to claim that one too because I'm still thinking.
Yeah. You know what? I actually wrote this down and I didn't think about it. But I'm going to have to say Dean Lucas
Oh yeah,
with his gun there. He's a shooter, wasn't he?
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
He did it in Sydney too, didn't he?
yeah.
He was
yeah.
over here. Yeah, the
We
one you
built
built.
that.
Yeah, the
We
one you
built
built.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back in the late 90s.
Any idea? Anything come to?
No.
No worries. Let's move on.
What about the guy that the Canadian guy that won the sprint and then they took it off him?
Ben
Right,
Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
88.
They were good races, man. Him and the other guy, the
Carl Weathers.
Carl
Weathers.
Carl
Carl
Weathers.
Weathers.
Yeah, the
I'm thinking of Rocky. Carl
Lewis.
Lewis.
Yeah, and he beat him, and then the USA sucked. So then they found drugs on him. Yeah, he lost it. And they got yeah, I felt sorry for him.
Did you know, Adi, that the cat's coming to the Dragons next year?
The cat.
Yeah.
Corey Horsburgh.
You just
Laurie Hall's
is guaranteed, confirmed.
he's going to come, but Flanagan just doesn't want him to cry. As long as he doesn't cry, he's good. He can put
But
a red and white jersey
We're
on.
linked with everyone, and we haven't signed anyone. We signed Cook because no one wanted him, but That's it. We haven't got no one else.
It's good.
I know he'll be great. I like. Glad,
good.
but we haven't. No, I reckon he's not going to come.
Okay, I heard differently. I heard Flano's got right on the blower and got him down.
Oh, okay.
Did you know when they announced the Vegas games?
Yeah.
With Wigham and Warrington, 4,000 tickets got sold straight away.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there'll be more than 4,000. They're saying it'll be double that at least.
How much does it hold the ground? Do you know?
Oh, it's a big ground.
A legit.
80,000. Yeah, 80,000.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it? Yeah, but 4,000 tickets got snapped up straight away. And you know who's going to be commentating the game?
Chuck from the US.
Chuck. He's going to be doing it with Tom Brady.
Tom
Now-
Brady.
now-
How does Tom Brady know anything about rugby
I was just
league?
going to say,
It's a promotional stuff.
I'm not sure what Tom knows about
What's he
rugby
gonna
league,
say?
but at least people will be watching him because he's going to be on free to air.
Yeah.
It's going to be not only on pay television, it's going to be on free to air in America. I don't know how.
So if Jonathan
the man
Thurston was
affairs-
commentating Tiddlywinks, we're all going to go watch it just because Jonathan Thurston's commentating Tiddlywinks.
I'm going.
I'd go
Yeah,
for sure just for the laugh.
There you go. There you
Can
go.
we get Jonathan Thurston? No, anyway.
There you go. There you go. So
That'd be interesting though. Yeah, well, I'm interested to what he's got to say. I just want to hear it now for the commentary. Now I'm interested.
You know,
Have you guys heard the roast of Tom Brady?
sorry?
You should watch it. Watch the roast of Tom Brady on
Okay.
Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good thing him commentating because everyone really hates him.
Everybody hates you. There
There
you
you
go.
go.
There you
Watch
go.
the roast and then let me know what you think.
Okay, we'll check it out.
We said about Sailor going to St Helens straight away.
Yeah.
We talked about the beef in the Parramatta game, NRLW. How good
Yes.
was that?
Yeah.
I told you all about Abbey Church,
Yeah.
fullback for Parramatta. You're gonna love it too, Nicola. You'll love it too. The two last things. What are we watching?
What do you
Nicola,
mean?
what are you watching on Foxtel? A movie, a doco? I know you're always watching something.
I
on
was
YouTube?
watching a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I watched the first 5 episodes of Cobra Kai,
Is that good?
and I'm watching Life on Mars.
Again,
Yeah,
that was good.
and watching Suits again as well.
So how many times is that?
I'm
now?
a fan. I like it.
Yeah, Suits is good.
But yeah, I like it.
Artie?
Man, I don't know what possessed me, but I started watching Happy Days again, with the finals. I don't know why. No, and then Cobra Kai started again.
Nothing wrong with Fonzie.
Cobra Kai is weird, man. 50-year-old men. Anyway, I still can't get over that. They don't want to win a tournament at the school. Anyway, yeah, but it's
Because
good.
that's
It's
the
interesting.
formula that
It's
worked in-
Vicky, I think I'm just watching because I'm invested so much time. I'm going to
Yeah.
wait till the end.
Hey,
But that's
we
basically.
talk about our school prowesses every week, don't
Yeah,
we?
I don't know, man. It's hard. And the Olympics. Now that the Olympics are on, man, you can't watch
Yeah,
something
true,
else.
true,
Seriously.
true,
We're
true,
watching
true.
sports like handball. I love
Yeah.
handball. It's a great sport. And yesterday they had skateboarding. It's that part of the Olympics.
I don't know.
Inclusive.
I don't know.
Have you?
All I saw was guys falling on their ass. Like,
And of course,
you think,
and-
oh my
and-
God,
and
you're
the-
right.
and-
It's 10 points.
and of course, where
I don't know.
the party's following one of the most important sports at the Olympics, of
Yeah.
course, breakdancing.
breakdancing.
No,
We're following it.
Oh, I
Breakdance.
can't wait.
What?
Olympics.
That's quality.
How do you
It's
judge that? It's
I've
wild.
seen it, but it's not on yet. But what?
Who's the judge? Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan's. What's wrong with that? What's wrong?
Hey,
with
wait
don't
a
get it,
second.
man.
You guys remember the movie Breakdance?
Of course we do.
What was the guy's name?
Tanya, do you remember Breakdance?
Of course, I don't know.
Turbo and Ozone.
Turbo.
Ozone.
Judges. They're the judges.
And Kelly.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Remember when
There's no
she
stopping
goes,
us.
the guy goes, she's good. She goes, I'm better.
That's it.
Remember?
That's it. That's good with next week.
I used to love that.
That's how the judging's going to go.
Mm.
Yep.
And how's your viewing, Tanya? Into the Wiggles again?
No,
No.
the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, the new Henry Cavill on Stan. Oh no, Prime.
Yes, I heard.
Awesome. Guy Ritchie, one of the best movies I have seen in a long time. So basically so Churchill had this secret band of misfits that it was actually a real a bunch of spies around the wartime. And this is the lead up into creating the band. It is So great. It's got the guy from Reacher, the new Reacher
Yeah.
series,
Yeah.
and it's hilarious and it's very violent, very clever, very fun. And also, Bloodhounds, I'm watching it for the third time. You guys will like it. You'll see the trailer. It's really good.
Oh, anything Guy Ritchie's good. He's the best.
Oh, he's
Love it.
yeah.
What about
Brilliant.
your client who you mentored, who's doing the
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Talk
so
about that.
Neil, shout out to Neil from Glass. So I mentor for Queensland State Government, and he was my very first mentee right at the beginning, like 4 years ago. Stayed in touch. I went to a premiere event for him for a doco that he did for the Calabar Sunflower Festival in Queensland, and it's lovely. It's like how they create the festival. He then did another doco on Stan called Ramblin' Racer. It's our GC Gold Coast 600 or Old Indy. These two guys, these tradies that just built a car. But I knew about this a few months ago. So he actually did the doco on Hinckley. So the guy that shot Reagan.
Reagan,
wow.
81, was it?
Yeah. So last year, so Reagan has never wanted to be interviewed by journos or the press or anything. Amazing story, but basically, and it's such a great Aussie battler story, but he went over, met with him, did the doc, like amazing. And obviously it's out now, like Nick can show you guys the link, but you can do a preview prior screening because he's releasing it on his own platform, not Netflix or Stan, but it goes through, he spent 6 weeks with him and it's very removed, like it's not suggestive in any way. He's just pretty much giving like him a platform to speak, but so cool. So he's one of my clients now, and even to just see the journey, him getting through COVID, how he's built, just amazing.
Wow.
So I will be watching that 27th of August.
So it's coming out on what platform? On YouTube?
No, so I'll send you or Nick can send you the link. So instead of him trying to sell it to Stan or whatever, because they take such a cut, he just built his own platform. It's really cool.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I'm on board with that.
And I think the pre-order was like $10. I was like, I'll buy it like 5 times just to support him. He's a Queensland business owner, like amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be very interesting.
Pass the info to Nicola and we'll jump too.
Good timing too. Well planned, but good time for it to come out. So.
Yeah.
And this is my favorite part of the pod, Tanya. This is where I talk about Adi and me and our school days and how good we were in rugby league, basically. But I'm not going to talk about that today. Well, I am, because it has happened the other day. Adi has got some issues with his knee. He's done his crucial ligament at the moment, so he's hopping along there. He's doing it tough. He actually had a couple of weeks off. He had a week off from the pod when he went under the knife. Anyway, we're involved in he's involved in an indoor competition, a soccer indoor competition, and yeah, something like that. Yeah. Something like that. Local one, just a bunch of old hacks, basically. Anyway, I go sometimes and watch. And last week, they were short. Artie's not playing, and they were short. And listen, as a soccer player, I used to be not a bad rugby league player. My nickname in soccer was the witch hat, because I reckon that the witch's hat would do more than me, basically,
because the ball bounces off the witch's hat.
Yeah. So I told the other week a famous story. They put me in gold, and I scored 3 goals against myself. that was a good story. That was a good story. Anyway, reluctantly I helped them, and I went on. I thought I could run away from the ball. You know what I mean? And I was doing really bad. I was doing really, really bad, and Arthur's screaming, shouting at me from the sideline. The team they never lost against, and they're down 2-0. Anyway, Artie's really frustrated me out because I'm pretty bad. I'm not good at all. I'm letting goals. I think I struck the ball, went for a goal, but it was own goal sort of thing as named goal. Anyway, I see Artie hobbling along. He comes in, grabs me by the ear, makes me sit down. He goes out play the game. I go, what are you doing? You've got one leg. You gotta, your legs in plaster or whatever. Shut up, you go, leave me alone. You know what I mean? Mate, this bloke from halfway drills one, 2-1. Lucky hit, I'm thinking. Lucky hit, falls down, lifts him up. He's sweating here, you know what I mean? They're all concerned about him. They're all concerned for the poor guy, you know what I mean? Anyway, the whistle was going to go off. We're knocked out of the competition. They're all looking at me like I've killed someone because I haven't contributed too much. You can understand by this time. And I'm feeling like, lower than an ant, you know what I mean? Anyway, from nowhere, I think he was taking a break. The ball came to him. He just drills it again. 2-2. I can't believe it. 2-2. You know what I mean? He comes off. He goes, "That's the way you do it." You know what I mean? The bad thing is, they put me back on, and I scored a goal, and we got knocked out. But anyway, on this occasion, I wasn't the best. If you tune in, I'll tell you a story about when I was good one day. I was
Rugby league
back in the 80s. Yeah, back in the 80s. But yeah, look, this happened a week and a half ago, and yeah, look, I'm still living that one down. And with that, Nicola, that's me, and
That's a wrap, huh?
That's a wrap, and the song of the week is from Tanya. Don't Stop Believing from Journey, and I haven't got the vinyl.
Yeah.
At this point, we pull out the vinyl.
I haven't got the vinyl.
Oh, no. I'll have to find vinyl.
Normally, we pull out the vinyl.
Yeah, I don't think I've got any Journey records.
2 3/4 hours, and Tanya, you're still here.
Yeah. Wow. You're a true believer.
Thank you so much for having me on. It was awesome.
I thought you would have blocked me by now, but you're still here.
Yeah, this is great. Love it.
It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was great having you along.
And you don't follow NRLW?
I will. I'll start to. Like, again, it's just the commitment, right? Like Nick probably knows a bit more, like business, venturing, doing some other things.
I told you guys when I don't think Tanya would have heard it, but I told you, I said the only thing missing on this woman is a cape.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe like a real jersey, or maybe a Tens Tigers jersey. I don't know. For the No, I love that. That was awesome. It's only Tuesday, but highlight the week for sure.
Hey, it was really great having you.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Tanya.
Really
Pleasure.
enjoyed it.
I can't wait to hear it back. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
No worries. I'm always free. Let me know if you want me to
you're
jump
always
on.
welcome to join anytime. And that's a wrap. That's
a
it for
wrap.
episode
We
82.
can get it back on the wrap-up show.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Alrighty.
thanks again. Sorry to keep you up so late.
Yeah, it's okay. All good.
And it was great seeing you again. And
Yeah, I'll probably talk to you tomorrow anyway, Nick.
yeah, we'll talk about it. And thanks, guys. Everyone.
Thank you.
Listeners, have a great week. I hope you all enjoyed Tanya. I know I really did. And we'll see you all next week.
Happy Rugby League,
Happy Rugby
everybody.
League, everyone.
Good night.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
See
That's
you.
it.
Tanya.
Bye.
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 Yes. Is that it? You blanked off? Okay.